All right. Good morning, everybody. If you can hear me and if I sound all right, hit that number 1, please. Kyle, Viper, Ask a Guy, HR, Rookie, Hoover, Todd, Brett. Perfect. Greg. Excellent. All right. Well, very quickly, for those of you that watch this in the archive, first off, thank you. But second, if you want to continue to have something to watch in the archive, then Code Clay, all caps, with any of these prop firms I recommend. Take Profit Trader. I think they're the best in the business. But wherever you're at in your journey, whatever you're looking to accomplish, then then any of these prop firms will give you with Code Clay whatever the current promotion is, so you can save yourself some money. You can help support the stream and ensure that something you like to watch continue. So, like I said, continue or Code Clay, all caps, will help out quite a bit. So I appreciate your consideration. And for those of you that have used Code Clay, thank you. You are making a difference. All right, let's get this. Party started. Well, officially, good morning, everybody. It is Monday, April 20th. The year is 2026. And another not so dramatic weekend. Obviously, well, hopefully, I'm joking around, but who knows what's going on anymore. I mean, I would have thought that things would have been crazier, but I think the market doesn't know what to think anyways. We've kind of talked about this before. There are just so many uncertainties out there right now that, in fact, I was just seeing on Twitter, I don't know if there's any more updates, but like Iran was saying, no, we're not meeting up for this next round of negotiations. We're not meeting out. And then Pakistan was saying, no, Iran told us that they're going to show up for the negotiation. So it's just like, I don't know. And I think big money seems to think that Iran will be showing up, because if they were truly not showing up, and if the bomb and all that was going to start, you would think that oil would be up a lot more than it is right now. And the markets are actually green now that I look at it. What is oil's still green though too, right? Let's make sure. Wait, what? Huh? Oil's red now? Okay, anyways, I think that just illustrates everything. I don't know what's going on. If you know what's going on, I think there's two people right now that exist in humanity. Those that know what's going on, and then liars. I think those are the two people. I don't think anybody knows what's going on right now. And I think that's been reflected in the market. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll tread carefully and see what happens here. Ooh, actually, this might be a short as it comes back up to back test these levels. So, just in the thinking this is a downtrend here, maybe some sort of short up around the dotted line, which is the VWAP, the pink line, which is the 200 period temp moving average. You can see they're both basically at the same level. But anyways, hopefully you're having a better day than me. Not that I'm having a bad day. It's just it was kind of hard to find stuff that I felt comfortable with and could get filled and stuff like that. But how are your days going so far? Past the 50K and put nice. Good job, Evil. Small grid in the evals. The day's young, Brian. Rookie, good. Did you take your payout, Rookie? If I remember right from Friday, you're eligible for a payout, and then you started to go into like baboon mode. I will today. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. Green but nothing worth discussing. Well, if it was green with good habits, then those sorts of things are always worth discussing. So have basically bear flag, bear pennant, whatever you want to call it. But it's a little tricky because, I don't know. It's still no, not really. I don't know. No. I was going to say still kind of occurring in an uptrend, but I don't know. If anything, we've gone kind of back down to neutral, I'd say. All right, here we go. Gonna try a short there at the red line. If it wants to bounce back up. We'll see what happens. Oh, I'm filled. See if it wants to get back below that blue line. Put out some targets there just in case there's some sort of quick move down. Oh, come on. Hit that first target. Thank you. Okay, let's now make sure this is a winning trade. So stop is in green territory. Let's see if I can get that next one. Very good. Let's move my stop right there now. Let's go down here for the next one. Come down a little bit more. So now my risk right now is making about 8 points. Reward unknown. So I like this. Risk making 8 points. Reward unknown. Why is my reward unknown? Well, because I have no idea how far down this might want to go. In fact, let's just go. If it double bottoms on me, I'll take one out down at the double bottom. Well, double bottom potential area. No guarantees that it will double bottom, but come bring this down a little bit more. There we go. I like it. Now my risk is making 12 points. Reward. Whoa, hey. Okay. Oh, I can't even cancel. Oh. Okay, what do I got left? 1? Yes, sir. Okay, I'll take that out. Uh-oh. Okay. Yeah, we definitely have some delays. Whoa, okay. This is a news candle. Who said what? Who said what? Who said what? So I'm guessing oil's going up right now. There we go. There. Hey, remember Friday when that one broke my spirit? That one paid. There we go. That one paid. Okay, I'm guessing oil is going up. It is. Okay, so what's the news? The news is probably not even out there yet, but we'll say within the next 2 minutes, stuff should show up on Twitter. Did I get 100 points on that one? I don't even know. I don't think so. I might have. I don't know what I got on it. Now, if you were here on Monday, or if you were here on Friday and you saw that one trade, but hey, that one, the market, it paid. All right, yeah. So, I mean, that was definitely, somebody said something. My guess is the tweets aren't out there yet. So, just out of curiosity, and that's what I mean by like, the chart is truly the best news source. The chart told us that there was some sort of news, and it told us what the market thought about the news. And at first reaction, whatever that news was, market did not like it. Straight will, I think you mean not open until deal is signed. Not or now? Judd, the implications of a typo with that is pretty significant. So it's the straight will now open or not open? Okay, straight will not open until deal is signed. Roger that. Not. There we go. Not open. And did that just come out too? I mean, that's got to be that's got to be just out within the past minute. Within the last minute? So that was a Trump tweet? Okay, there it is. Yep, that looks like a Trump candle there. So Trump's buddies were like, all right, guys. Uh-oh, I might be going to jail. I might get accused of being Trump's buddy because I was getting short. I got short with Trump's, I'm headed to jail. I'm pretty sure I just got short right along Trump's buddies. He's like, all right, brothers, I'm about to hit send. You guys all locked and loaded? Here we go. Yeah? No, I'm not going to really go to jail. I'm just joking around. Well, yeah, that's part of this is I get to joke around. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're allowed to joke around at work. Okay, thank you. My second youngest kid was a little worried that I was going to get locked in jail. And then she's like, "Well, you're not really working because you're telling jokes." And I'm like, "Oh well, no, you can work and tell jokes." I don't know if the mic picks her up or not. These are paper thin walls, but anyways, I kind of want to. If anybody is bored and wants to go back, did I get 100 points on that? And I just asked because I've never had a 100-point trade. I want to say 70 or 80 points is my record, but I think I might have actually had. No, I don't think I did. I don't think I was that aggressive with my stop. No, Judd, I'm nope. We're all set, brother. All right. Okay, so oil gonna maybe build out some kind of bull flag. I was close. Doggone it. Well, that cooked some accounts for sure. Up above, Connor. Up above. Look at Cousin Judd. Cousin Judd's got it. It was a Trump tweet. If I knew how to work True Social. Where do I see his most recent one? I see his most recent one at 39 minutes ago. Or did Trump say this somewhere else? I guess I'm assuming he said it on True Social. I think you got 85 points in it. Okay. Doggone. Thank you, Steve, by the way, for crunching some numbers. Yeah. Yeah, Philly, that's doggone it. Yep, time to load up some NQs and just buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. All right, Matt. So 85. All right, thank you, Matt. 15 points away. Oh, so close yet. Oh, so far away. Vance is still in the United States with no plan. Yeah, I saw that. I saw Vance got pulled. I think I saw that yesterday. All right. Well, let's see what else we can figure out here. I think this is my largest win since I started with futures. You know, if I had known, I didn't realize. Like I said, I didn't realize that was a 100-point candle. But if I had known that I was in at where I was exactly, I probably would have just gotten out for the sake of like 15. So I could have said, "There's my 100." But I did not realize that was that big of a candle. Because again, I'm not watching the P&L, so I don't have any idea how fast things are adding up. But yeah, got clapped for 270. Well, Connor, it seems like it could have been way worse than only losing 273. But yeah, there is something that yeah. So either Trump tweeted something at 10:50 a.m. or there's some sort of news or some sort of tweet. There's something out there, probably starting at I don't know 10:52, 10:54 ish. a.m. Eastern. That would reveal what was going on there. But, all right. So do I try the double bottom? Maybe. I'm just not going to blindly go at it. First, see if it wants. Actually, does this match up with anything back here? I don't think it. Ooh. Oh, Duck Salt. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, what a coincidence of where it. Oh, what is that? The Asian 38% Fibonacci level? Somebody tell me what this is. I would just call it the low, but I'm sure they'll be like, well, actually, Clay, that was the London 38 SMA on the 17-minute time frame. Wow, crazy. All right, I'm definitely once again interested in that level down there. As of 5 minutes ago, Vance is not leaving for Pakistan. Yeah, that's not new news. That couldn't be it, though. That's not new news. I saw that yesterday. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was the Himalayan 456 period EMA. Yes, correct. Yeah, it was news at 10. Okay, 10:51 would make sense. Trump stating Trump highly unlikely. I'll extend ceasefire with Iran. Okay, so this was not a Trump tweet. This was just Trump saying something then. Lower moon phase. But then he was leaving. Oh, really? I didn't see that. So it went from him not going to then he was supposed to go again to him now not going again. Okay, I missed. I can't keep up. Hey, good morning, Kat. See, now you have to be very careful because, like, if you get short here, which I could see being plausible, and you're like, all right, let me throw my stop above here. Well, that's 37. Your stop is up here at basically 67. So right here is just a casual 30-point stop. And if your position size is out of whack because you don't realize that that's a 30-point stop, although I would say that's a logical trade plan just from the looks of things, when you factor in position size, yeah, if that's wrong, then and you get stopped out, well, that pretty much could mean your account's cooked. So yeah, just factor that in. Now we're what might look like small stops just visually might actually be adding up quite a bit point wise. Just my bias for my own long, but maybe markets can get a push after pricing in the uncertainty of what Trump would do Monday. Yeah, maybe. I think that's almost what you have to say with everything right now. I mean, to be fair, to a point, since there are no guarantees, everything is technically, it boils down to a maybe. But in this current environment, yeah, I mean, it seems like maybe it just makes that much more sense because we are living in a Jerry Springer show right now. That maybe reveals my age. But that's kind of what this may be, and I've been trading basically now for 20 years. I got started essentially during the financial meltdown. I was a couple years in already at that point. But point being, that was crazy times. But this is more crazy just because it's like, it doesn't seem like anybody knows what's going on. At least with the financial meltdown, it was like, okay, there's these things called the derivative market was spinning out of control, blah, blah, blah. Like, okay, but like now, yeah. Hey, well, first off, thank you, Brad. I appreciate you using code Clay. And yeah, well, one little bite at a time, Brad, and you see if you can get that thing revived. Yeah, Jerry. All right, here we go. We're at that level, which, as I showed, was pretty interesting. Let's see what... Okay. Next candle is about to form. Okay, I will try a long here if it wants... Okay, there we go. Let's see if it wants to bounce. Get long at the blue line. I'm sorry, at the green line, and the green line will turn blue if I'm in. Partial fill. I wanted 5. I got 3. which may actually be a good thing if this starts to dump. Okay, because I'd rather get... Oh, yep. All right. Never mind. So there we go. Well, that was kind of a gift. Because I did not even get full size. But, alrighty then. Yeah, exactly, MJ. Yeah, there is actually... Like, there is very, like, black and white kind of math behind things. Back during the financial meltdown. But... yeah, right now it's just not that. Yeah. Could you imagine? Yeah, that's true, Todd. Well, I don't know. I think in some ways Twitter has replaced the Jerry Springer show. Like Twitter is the Jerry Springer show. Oh. Well, if you bounce all the way back up, fine, so be it. But that's not something I can hold through. Got 100 points one of these days. I'll have more than one contract. Good job. Man, Brian. You're just putting these 100-point moves together like the candy. All right. Maybe something down here at the pivot point. We also have the overnight low, which also happens to be the low of the day. That's what that white line is. So I'm assuming oil is now breaking out of that. I would have thought oil was going to be having more of a stronger move right now. You got cooked on Friday. Yeah, Friday had some. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, Friday was the stream where I started so strong and then the wheels fell off the bus. So yeah, I can see people getting cooked up on Friday because it got, at least for me, it got tricky. Yeah, same exact for me was green. Yeah, also got cooked Friday. Yeah. Got anything going on the 5? This just seems like no man's land to me. That was that kilo that I mapped out. Here's the pivot point, and we're just kind of sitting right between these two. So for me, kind of scary to do anything right now. If anything, maybe a short. Not like a short down here, but if it wants to build out some sort of, give some kind of consolidation, maybe like small little upwards channel, give ourselves another bear flag. Now to get short down here would be super scary because that seems like that's a very possible bounce point. Did I have a good weekend? Not really, no. I was not feeling so good over the weekend. I don't know if you can still hear it in my voice or not, but I think it showed up Friday. I sounded like I had kind of a cold, and things got a little worse where, and I still have this lingering cough right now. So the weekend could have been better. I'll put it that way. I've had better weekends. There we go. It definitely could have been worse, though. Could have been way worse. All right, maybe a short somewhere around here. Maybe kind of, sort of. Going to try a short right there. Throw my stop up there. All right, so looking to get short at the red line. Stop is at the green line. Okay, I'm in. And not looking so good. Is it really just going to... Come on down. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. Could still be a losing trade. And it was. Well, at least I got that first target hit. So put a little green in my pocket and reduced position size, but ultimately was still a red trade. So I'll try to be grateful and happy that at least hit that first target. Hey, JP. I am interested in another short up around here. Again, this was an area of support, so we'll see if this area of support now wants to act as resistance. Hello, Pinko. I have had 2 losing trades in a row. This thing is going to just V-shape back up, though. It will be some more losing trades. Wow, did not care at all right now, seemingly, about that area. Where'd my volume profile go? Okay, I have the volume profile in the NQ. Trade of 8, just doing trade of 8 things apparently right now. Nope. Let me try refreshing real quick. See if that can help me out. All right, let's see if we can get the volume profile back. No. Why did... Wait, why are... Huh? Why did you move these over here? And why are you so small? What in the world? That was... Yeah, I don't know. Hey, at least I got my volume profile back. Why? Trade of 8 is so goofy sometimes. These are the times where I wish I was more like a software engineer, or just had more idea, like a coder, where I could better understand what exactly is going on and how it can be that goofy. The user, but they want to accept the payment. I'd reach out, Pinko. I don't know why they wouldn't accept a prepaid credit card, because this isn't a... Well, I guess it's not necessarily a credit card because it's I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. You might want to reach out to him. What was... By the way, thank you. I appreciate you trying to use code Clay. That means a lot. But yeah, that doesn't seem... Something seems off there. Your volume... Okay, well, if your volume profile disappeared, the refresh got it back for me. I'll try to reach out. Are you... I mean, this... I'm not trying to be a wise guy, but are you sure there's enough money on the prepaid for it? I don't know. Maybe that's the issue. Okay, short. Come on. Come on. Come on. Break that low. Break that low. Break it. Break it. There we go. I'll take the little scalpy scalp. That was a scalpy scalp. Mainly, there was a chase element associated with it, but I counterbalanced the fact that I chased with the fact that I wasn't going to put some sort of huge price requirement or like price target on it. So yes, I did chase. So that did tilt the scale in one direction. But in my mind, at least, I balanced out the scale by not putting some sort of like huge price target on it. So hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, even put in more just in case, but it didn't go through. Did you have like PayPal or anything like that? Oh, okay. So quote Paul saying they only accept some prepaid, but but not most of them. Okay. I don't know. Do you have like, yeah, do you have a PayPal account or something like that? Likely cause is a subscription and ask a guy. That sounds quite plausible. Yes, that's got to be what it is. Because it is technically a subscription, a prepaid is not going to be able to sustain. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, yeah. That 100% makes good sense. All right. This line just kind of seems like it was valid here and here for a little bit of a bounce, but other than that, it doesn't really seem like the price cares. So I'm just going to get it out of the way now. Yeah, that is true, Pinko. Ooh, gold is at a very interesting area. Bounce twice. Ooh, do I actually want to? All right, I might take a swing at gold here. Let's. Ooh, and it's at VWAP on the. Okay, so on the 5-minute, it's at. Well, I should have known that because. But all right. I don't have a whole lot of 3. I think 3. I don't think I'll get cooked too bad if I'm wrong here with 3. Okay, I'm in. Stop is down here. I have 3. I don't know if that's. See if I can get a target up there for my first one. All right, long gold, looking for a bounce here on the 5-minute I showed. It's bounced a couple times already from the 200 period moving average. We also have the VWAP right here. So does that guarantee a bounce? Of course not. There are no guarantees. But in my mind, does this at least make sense to try and to see if I can get a bounce? Yeah. Doesn't mean I'm right, though. So let's see if she wants to bounce. Oh, I just looked at the P&L. I'm like, oh, I could take 75. Ooh, I'm P&L trading right now. All right, I'm doing it. I P&L traded. Sorry. That's what happens. You should not look at the P&L. I'm like, wait, what? I could get myself 75 bucks. I'll take. Watch. I hope this thing really bounces now. Just to prove the point of why P&L trading. What is P&L trading? I all of a sudden looked down here and I was like, oh really? Oh really? I could have 75 bucks. And then that totally played mind games, and I took myself out of the trade. So I really do hope this bounces to really illustrate why it can be so dangerous and why it can cause you to leave a lot of money on the table. But that was a bad trade. That was a bad trade. Even if the price eventually dumps, and I can say like, oh look, I sold at the peak. That's irrelevant. Bad trade because I P&L traded that thing. Hey Timbo. I need to now make 430 and get my valid 53. Guess I'll be patient for it. You know what, Boat? I agree with that. Being patient for a good setup. I can get behind that. This might be a short up here, though. Last time it got up here, rejected by the 200. We also have the 21 EMA, and now they're basically smooching. So we have one of these smooching areas. The big picture of things. Got ourselves like a bear pennant. Kind of a tricky bear pennant, though, because you have this pesky VWAP down here. But if it can break to the downside of the pennant, that would imply that the price is already below the VWAP. So at least that'd be out of the way. What would be way worse is if this is way worse. So like you have a bear pennant, and then right below the pennant is like the VWAP, the dotted. So it's like, well, crap, it could break there and bounce off here. But at least in this situation, if the price breaks the pennant, we know that the price already, put the VWAP behind us. So that's a much cleaner setup. I think you're probably very skittish because you're so scared you're about to lose that money that's within your fingers, rookie. You are a wild man. I got to just hit you between the eyes. You are a wild man. After what happened with your first payout that never became a payout, and to see you're still doing that, I think that's why you're skittish. Because deep down, your voices and your conscience are like, hey, moron, what are you doing? Don't you remember last time? That's why I think it's the hey, moron voice that's creating the skittish. So good job. See, not all the voices in our head are bad. Some of them can be good. Because you should be skittish. Because you're being a total baboon right now. So I want you to write whatever voice is causing you to be very skittish, you owe that a Christmas card. Hey, Dingleberry, what are you doing? Whoa, okay. All right, we got some movement here. All right, so is oil dropping, I would assume? Yep, okay. Ooh, oh, don't even, okay. That could have been so much worse. What I was looking at was this area of resistance right here, and I'm like, oh, please don't tell me the price broke up through there, suckered in breakout traders, and then dumped on them. But to be fair, if any breakout traders were waiting for confirmation, that was definitely very good because you never got confirmation. It never broke through this area. Therefore, you would have not been in. Therefore, you avoided getting dumped on. Now, anybody that just speculated and hopped in here, they're they're not singing Feliz Navidad. Evil, I'm not going to confirm or deny anything. I'll let him confirm or deny that, but yeah. I'm not going to confirm, but yes, we did have somebody that went through something very similar to that. Whether or not that's Rookie, I will let Rookie speak for himself on that. Yeah, Rookie, and you're doing the same thing right now. You are a madman, Rookie. You are a madman. Okay, so the market's still okay. Oh my goodness, shorts are getting cooked now, and I'm thinking about a short. Right up around 695, 695. I'm going for a short. If this is the V shape, then, well, it will not be pleasant. Hey, Ronald. Uh-oh, double A must be long. Oh, no, he's saying V. I thought he was saying wee, but he's saying V. We got all sorts of congestion, though. We have, on the 2-minute, we have the VWAP, we have the 50-period SMA, we have the 200-period SMA. Over here on the 5-minute, we got the 21 EMA, we got the 200 SMA, we got all kinds of stuff up here. We got all kinds of potential, problems for the bulls to keep bouncing. Now, that does not mean that the bulls can't push through all this stuff, but yeah. All right. Oh, doggone it. See, that's also... So everything has trade-offs. Now, this does not mean that I'm going to stop doing it because I fully believe in multiple time frame analysis. But if I was just using the 5-minute, man, and I didn't have the 2-minute to distract me, look at that. It bounced beautifully right off what I mapped out. The 200 SMA and the 21 EMA. Beautiful rejection. The problem is I was also looking at the 2 minute, and I'm like, well, I want to be a little bit further up there. So there are always trade-offs, right? Sometimes using multiple time frame analysis, and yes, you have one of these situations that pop up. But there are other times where you can save yourself a whole lot of grief if you're just using multiple time frames. But that is why Thomas Sowell is a brilliant economist and why he has one of my favorite quotes, if not favorite: there are no solutions, there are only trade-offs. So yes, that is one of the trade-offs with multiple time frames. Sometimes you make it, you overwhelm yourself and you give yourself too many choices, which is why when people are like, I got 18 monitors with 45 time frames, I'm like, huh? Now maybe you would make the argument, Clay, well, you're using a couple of time frames. I think that's too much. I think you should only use one. Maybe. And if only using one time frame for you works, so be it. But yeah, so oh well. That's also why calling stuff with words doesn't actually mean anything. Because I called that out on the 5 minute, but notice I'm not making any money from it because the 2 minute distracted me. Maybe it'll work its way back up here. Okay, I should probably get another order out here, huh? Well, yeah, if this is a true V and this thing's going to go straight back up, well then I will have some losing trades are in my midst. So again, looking for a short at the red line. Once again, on the 5 minute, it's bumping its head right on those couple levels, so maybe I should be just getting short right here. So if you're already short or you're getting short right there, I'm not going to call that illogical at all. I can see why you would be doing that. Again, look, I'm looking to get short at the red line. So it needs to come up a little bit more. Obviously, the 2 minutes of trade environment. Yeah, like I said, and there's nothing wrong if somebody's like, well, I like to use 4 time frames. Okay, fine. Now, at 40, to me, that's too much. But also, to be fair, maybe you can totally handle 50 time frames. You're one of those guys which has monitors everywhere, and you can just, for a single trade, you're looking at 72 different time frames, and you're like, nope, I'm good. I'm open to the idea that that's possible. But for me, no. Because I am, as you guys know, a dented baboon. Yeah, well, like I said, for anybody that was getting short up there, you got yourself another. Well, at least if you're a scalpy scalp, you already got yourself a nice scalpy scalp. If you want it to roll over, well, obviously those people need to see more downwards movement, but yeah, that has the jacket roll. Yeah, I mean, to me, that seems like it'd be overkill. That seems like it would be paralysis by analysis, but not everybody has a baboon brain like I do. Some people have, like, human brains, I guess. I just use 5 and 15. Hey, if that works, go with it, brother. Well, my gold trade looks kind of stupid now, huh? Imagine being a dude that went long right here. So, okay, this is exactly what I wanted to happen for learning lesson. I was long here, for those of you that are here. I looked at the P&L and I was like, oh, really? I could take 75 bucks? Let me just take 75 bucks. Yeah, well, that's what P&L trading can do to you. Now, am I saying I would have played this all perfectly and I'd still be in? Probably not, but I would have certainly made way more than what I made on it. So, yeah, P&L trading right there. Perfect example of the dangers of looking at your P&L and why I can't do it. Why when I'm in a trade, I'm just watching the chart. My daily year, can you tell me where I'm from? Huh? My daily year? Can you tell where I'm your I don't know what is that supposed to be Canadian? Okay, so it looks like okay, Koosh, come on. Come on, mods. Koosh was like an obvious delete. So Kuj, I'm pretty sure you are a scammer bot. If not, I apologize, but yeah, please don't do what you just posted. Come on, mods. Where are you at? You're supposed to be the cream of the crop. The pinnacle of pinnacles. The colossal of clout. The sultan of SWAT. You are real, Koosh? Dude, come on, man. What am I? Wait, am I in? Holy crap! I had an order out there. Okay, I'm out. What just happened? What just? How did I get? Did I have an order out there still? Dude, see, that's how crazy things. Doggone. Yeah, I cracked a walnut on that one. All I know is that I was talking about an asinine message in here about somebody trying to portray some sort of holy grail money, whatever indicator. And then I saw that I was apparently in a trade. How long was I in that thing for before I noticed? So, okay, so I wasn't in there that long. Because I just looked and all of a sudden I saw a blue line. And I'm like, wait a second, huh? Just 5 seconds? Okay, so not anything. Dog, look at that. Like I said, I totally freaked out. I forgot about the order. Then all of a sudden I was in and I saw it was green. So I'm like, all right, let me just get out. I'm up 1,200 account. Nice job, Steve, on your Clay account. So on your Baboon account, you ever think about getting algorithmic stuff? I mean, yes. Have I ever thought about it? Yeah. Have I ever given it any serious thought? No. Balance was 628 before that trade. Oh, nice. So, a lot of good things going on here. You had on the 5-minute all this congestion, and then if you look over here at the volume profile, I picture this as a mountain. You can see we had basically a peak of the mountain right here, and you correspond that over here. Hey, thank you, Nathan. You correspond that over here. So I don't know why I drew it that big. Okay, I did not need to be that over, but right here. Peak of the mountain volume profile corresponding with quite a bit of key areas, at least as far as I'm concerned, the VWAP, 200 period SMA. And that turned out to be, surprise, a pretty solid entry. But unlike for me, the cost of live streaming, I got distracted, totally forgot about the order, then was in, and then panicked out. But it happens. Hey, but thank you, Nathan. I appreciate that. Another one. What is that? Is that like, what, 4 in a row? That's very kind of you, Nathan. And I know you're also a user of code Clay, which the children appreciate. You are feeding hungry children. If you are not aware, code Clay, all caps, feeds hungry children. Cool dude, www.com. All right, if it does come back up here, I will probably try another short. I guess I'll just map out what I'm looking at. So I could get short here, throw my stop up there. What is that? Oh, that's like an 18-point stop. I don't like an 18-point stop. All right, I'll come up a little bit more to the high of that candle. There we go. There we go. That's like a 9-point stop. There we go. I like that. I like that better. I had 25 straight green days to go live. I'm killing it with Lucid. Yeah, I was more so asking about your payout streak. But 5th one, good job. And what was your investment? How much did you pay for that account? I mean, your ROI at this point has got to be getting pretty scam-like, I would assume. Again, I'm looking to get short here at the red line. I really should have my stop up over those highs right there. Oh, yeah. Let's do this instead. Then I can just play the double top, right? Yeah. Still 12 points. Yeah, I'm talking to myself. Yes, that's true. But don't judge me. So 12 points. Here we go. Hey, Jay. I have not seen your brother here in a while. I mean, I don't know any traders that don't talk to yourself because, as I've talked about many times before, trading is just a battle of voices. So as you battle the voices, you're technically like talking to yourself. For anyone going to pro account and you get the payment screen instead of selecting the credit card just below it for credits. Right. Exactly. Yes. Thank you. Yeah. Rad vibes. Exactly. If you have passed your test, when it's time to go to your pro, the credit, assuming you use code CLAY, all caps, there will be a credit for you to click on, and that way you'll save yourself the $130 activation fee. That's right. It is natural. Tick Energy is officially Clay Fame. I talked to the dog. You talk to the dog or you kick the dog? Or both? You talk to the dog while you kick the dog because you blame the dog for your bad trade. Talk, okay. I'm calling ASPCA. I don't even want to know what that stands for. All right, let's see. Trying to figure out if there's somewhere I like a long, but now you may be saying, and you're not totally wrong, well, Clay, there's a bull flag here. That is true. However, I don't really have a whole lot of confidence in the bull flag because this bull flag is occurring in an overall downtrend. Oh, that's animal control? Gotcha. Yeah, so we may need animal control on this because if the bull flag might just get abused here because of the overall downtrend. Again, if you're like, well, I'm playing this long because I like bull flags and I see a bull flag, okay, that's fine. I'm just telling you, I'm not playing a bull flag in a downtrend because bull flags and downtrends, for me, are less trustworthy. Doesn't mean it can't work out. Just I'm explaining why my trust issues are coming from. Still do like gold if it comes back down to that area that haunts my dreams at this point, down around here. So gold. So anybody that does trade gold or watch gold, give me a shout out if it's approaching this VWAP area again. I am interested down there. Crap, I'm gonna forget. All right, whoa. All right, I gotta just cancel this out at this point. I'm gonna totally forget about that thing like I did my other orders. This is I'm setting myself up to get slapped in the face here. going to get stopped out. Well, Brian, it's good to know that you are human and that you do actually have losing track. Well, I don't even know. Oh, no, you're already green, so. You know you're in a good spot when you're frustrated that you're oh, man, I got stopped out before another 100-point gain. That's a good spot to be in. I'm jelly. I'm jelly on that one. Just your friendly reminder that Twitter is such a toxic place. I have been on Twitter a little bit more just because I'm trying to keep up with the news somewhat. I mean, we are living... I wouldn't say I'm a history buff. I do enjoy history, and I would say we're living through historic times. So I'm trying to keep up a little bit more with the cutting edge news via Twitter. But the algorithm knows, like, so when you're scrolling your wall, there's like other things that it just knows, right? Ugh, I don't know. I just felt grumpy this weekend. I'm all kidding aside, I wonder how much Twitter played a role in it, because it's like Twitter knows like what's going to get you irritated, and just seeing some of this stuff out there. Again, not to do with the Iran stuff, but like just, well, I mean, you guys, like, yeah, it knows that I'm into the trading world and the futures world and the prop firm world. Holy smokes, there's so much drama. And it's just, everything is just so just, I don't know. Well, I think I best illustrate it by saying that, like, I don't know if the Jerry Springer show could survive in this day and age, because I would argue Twitter is Jerry Springer. It's a constant Jerry Springer. But I'll also give credit, man. Twitter, by the time like the news shows up on kind of the mainstream apps, like Twitter is so far ahead of that stuff. Granted, of course, Twitter, there's lots of fake stuff out there too. And I understand the mainstream ones are going to do a little bit more to verify the stuff. But anyways, as I wait to see if there's another trade, there's your friendly reminder that that Twitter is such a Jerry Springer toxic place. So I don't know. Granted, I wasn't feeling that good this weekend either. Maybe that's why I was a little bit more grumpy. But I don't know. I just felt a little more grumpy this weekend. And I truly wonder, was Twitter kind of weighing on me? Because it's just such negativity and this and that. And I don't know. I only thought, well, and that's what I was trying to do. But like that algo knew. So as I was scrolling down, just like, it would insert in other things that it would trigger my mind and carry me down. So it was just, so I think I got to just not try to catch the news so like on point. I just check a few accounts and to get updates. Yeah, that might be better. Maybe I should. Yeah, that's probably a better way to go about it. Pinco is just follow a couple accounts and then just, I have been really liking what the Kobayashi letter, Kobayashi letter. They seem, I don't know where they supposedly lean politically, but as far as I can tell, which I would argue is a good thing, I have no idea if they have an agenda, if anything. It seems like their only agenda is like, hey, here's what's going on, here's what's being reported. I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but yeah. Kobayashi letter, I really enjoyed them. Maybe a short here. Maybe a short. All right, so if this candle, this is good, this is good, this is good. Yep, close right here. This is good. Okay, whoops. Oh, darn it. I want to see this candle immediately come up. No, can't get short on the break of the yellow line here. That seems like a chase. Yeah, glad I did not get short there. I'd be underwater. Doesn't mean it still wouldn't work out, but Kobayashi, I think. Yeah, whatever that is, Razorback. I've enjoyed them. Oh yeah, that's probably my problem. I'm on the For You because I don't really follow people. Because really, I'm not on social media that much at all. Just if it's not for, Well, and now I'm barely on it because Jimbo is handling my social media stuff. Um, so I don't really follow people because this is not the norm for me to actually use it for something other than just business. But I have it on the For You tab. That probably sounds like you guys have identified the issue. I should probably follow people that I like and then just do that. I've always liked short-sided trades. But to be fair, another day trade or another day trade or another day, another trade. I've never run like a statistical study to see. For all I know, I'm actually worse at going short. But for some reason, shorts just make a little bit more sense to me. MT Ski, I will interact with you, and I realize the irony because I'm interacting with you right now. But like, I need at least a 20% serious ratio. But like, you're at like, I mean, like you never say anything serious. So like, you need to say at least some serious things every now and then. I'm just asking for like 20% of the time, which means out of every 5 things you say, at least one of those have it be like somewhat serious. But like, you're not even at that right now. That's why I ignored your previous message. Because it was, again, unserious. I don't mind people joking around. I don't mind people being goofy. I mean, look at Kyle. But Kyle does, like, drop, stuff every now and then. That's at least an asset. Another day, another 100 trades. Yeah, vibe slice. Look, he had 5 emojis. One of them is the orange. That's all I'm asking for. Like, out of every 5 comments you make, at least if one of them could be serious or provide a form of value or a form of seriousness, I'm a simple man. I'll take a 200, batting average. What if I have nothing of value to contribute? Well, then, just sit back and enjoy. Just sit back and listen. Well, this area here continues to hold strong. Are you not entertained? Is that not why you are here? Still am interested in a short up around here. If it starts to make its way up there, I'll get it thrown back in place. But for now, I'm kind of just tiptoeing. Well, I appreciate it, MT Ski. I appreciate you hitting that like button. Really trying to bull flag hard. I mean, I wouldn't say it's trying. I would argue maybe I'm nitpicking semantics. I would say it is. I mean, this is a bull flag. You can't deny that. So it's not trying to bull flag. It is bull flagging. We'll see if it will potentially try to break out or try to bounce again down here. But as of now, I mean, it is a bull flag. Some people probably call it a bull pennant too, if they want to use that trend line. Again, I don't trust any of these just because this is all occurring in an overall downtrend. My wife took majority of the kids over to the build. Walls are supposed to be going up today. So I'm excited to see. So I keep checking my phone. See if she can send me some pictures. She wants to try to be there when they raise up the first wall. Hey, good morning, expat. Equities appear to be flagging too, not all, but a few. Roger that. Yeah. Or stale Twinkies. Take them over some stale Twinkies. My smell and taste is fine, I think. Woohoo! Smells like maple syrup. So yeah, my smell's good. As far as I can tell, my taste is all right. Never knew pits could smell like maple syrup. Well, if you buy the right deodorant, they do. Sick last week. My taste was messed up. Yeah, I think my taste is all right. I still remember that's how I knew I had COVID. Was my wife made peanut butter cookies. And then I was eating one. I'm like, you totally forgot to put the peanut butter in these things. She's like, no, there's definitely peanut butter in those things. And that was the moment I knew that my time was up. Doesn't have enough power. Still got Asia low liquidity. Dang, that sounds so... Well, I got to learn how to talk like that. Asia low liquidity. That dude, Meech, you are so smart. I want to be smart like that someday. Yeah, that's what I was worried about is the Sri Lankan. That and the Himalayan. I'm a little bit more worried about the Himalayan liquidity. Then again, you really got to you can't forget about the Bangladesh pivot point. The Bangladesh pivot point. We're now at Asian mid. Meech, be honest, can you even see your chart? Like, I envision your chart as having 8 million lines all over it. Can you even see the price action? Isn't that interesting, though, how a chart will, like, just tell you it's at a significant area by just, well, behaving? Like, did I have any idea where at any of these levels? No, but notice where my yellow line is drawn. I did not draw that yellow line there because I had any conception of these London or Asian anything. I just drew it there because I'm like, oh, look. The prices bounced off this area several times. Crazy. That's what I mean. KISS method. Let me just keep it simple, stupid. Just watch. What am I watching? You have not given me any trade plan. Am I supposed to be watching one of your trade plans, Meech? Oh, yeah, the strings. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's true. Catman is correct. The Bangladesh... Hey, don't cry. That thing... I mean, cry and laughter. Don't mock it. The Bangladesh pivot point, it'll smack you in the walnuts. It'll hit Asian low at... Okay, but how are you going to make money from that, Meech? It'll hit Asia low at... Okay, I'm watching, but like, how will you make money from it? So where did you get in? Where's your stop loss at? All you've given us right now is one of the 3 numbers of a trade plan, the target. You have not given us an entry or a stop, Meech. So if you could fill in those gaps, that'd be appreciated. You're at 1 of 3 right now. Yeah, exactly, Rookie. The Jeopardy music is on. We waiting. Hello, Meech. Are you still here? Bueller. This thing on, Meech? You still here? I swear, I've never seen some people so scared of those 3 numbers. It's crazy. Those 3 numbers are so scary for some people. It's wild. Wait. Hasn't Meech has been here before? Remember when we said don't be a Meech? Are you that Meech? Give me a 5 if you were here. If you remember that obscure live stream where like the learning lesson of this stream was don't be a Meech. Are you that Meech? Does anybody remember that? The don't be a Meech? Okay. Wait, entry 820. Well, okay. Well, so the price has to come all the way up here for you to get filled? You're not even filled yet? Yeah, that's me. Okay. Well, I'm confused. Why is your entry... Okay, well, no, that's still an incomplete trade plan. Stop above 630. We need an actual... Your entry is 620. Okay, so he wants to see it. Okay, so he's waiting for confirmation. Okay. What is your stop at, sir? The word above a level is nothing because that doesn't tell us how you define above. Is above 2 points? Is above 5 points? Like, in other words, you couldn't call up your broker and be like, put my stop above 620. They'd be like, yeah, okay, sir, well, where? Put it above 620. Sure, that doesn't mean anything. We actually need a number. Where would you like us to place your stop? I said put it up. Do you see the problem? Above doesn't actually mean anything. Okay, 5 to 10 points. Once again, you call up your broker. Put my stop loss 5 to 10 points above a certain level. Your broker's going to be like, well, wait, what? 5 to 10 points? What number, Meech? Thank you. Okay, Meech officially has my respect. He is getting short at 620. Fine. His stop is at 640. Fine. And his target is 570 down here. Okay, which makes sense. He's trying to he's not going to go for the breakdown. He's thinking it could double bottom, so he's going to pull himself out at the double bottom. Makes sense. Okay, I can see that. That target, fine. There we go, Meech. I appreciate that, sir. You now have my respect. You have stepped into the arena. You have given us 3 numbers. Even if you are wrong, I don't care. We're all wrong as traders from time to time. So you have been courageous, sir. Like I said, well, I'm assuming you're a sir. You have nothing but my respect. I'm a little confused, though, about why you said it will go down here, though. That doesn't make sense. You said it will go down to this area. Well, if it will go down, why are you not in right now already? And then why are you using a stop loss? So that part is still confusing, but to be fair, nonetheless, you still did give us a trade plan. But your original comment was telling us where the price will go. So if the price will go somewhere, why you're not in already, I don't know. And why you'd have a stop loss, I don't know if the price will go there. Now, had you said the price might go there, or I think the price will go there, well, then a stop loss would make sense. But again, you did still give us 3 numbers, to which I appreciate. Hey, AMS. Good morning, newbie. Up $100 today. When we getting breakfast? Breakfast? Where are you at where it's breakfast, brother? I'm short when I'm in queue to low of day. 50 point. All right, Danny boy. Well, where exactly is your stop loss? Sounds good, AMS. FFAI, cheers. Oh, my goodness. FFAI is a steaming turd. I can tell you FFAI is a steaming turd without even looking at FFAI. Stop 50 points up. Okay. We'll see if it works out for you. Nine a.m. Okay. All right. You're in Pacific. So right now, this purple line here, 50 simple, 50 periods moving average, it is a smacking away. Smack the price back down. Smack the price back down. Okay, technically it didn't hit it, but you get the idea. Hey, nobody ever told me. Or if you did, I missed it. You guys were supposed to tell me if gold got close to the VWAP again. Okay, I would not have been filled. Okay. Actually, that would have been a very irritating trade because I would have been like trying to get long down around here and it would have gotten very close and then bounced. So maybe that's a good thing. Nobody told me. Do you yell? Oh, yeah, of course I do. If you pay me, I will really yell at you. I mean, you have quite literally paid me to do a job. My job is not pat you on the head, be like, good job. Oh, that makes you feel good. Well, you just go do that. No. If you're paying me to coach. So if you do stupid stuff, it is my moral obligation to just rip you a new one. Or else I've stole from you, right? If I tell you I'm going to coach you and then I don't coach you, I let you just get away with things because I don't want to hurt your feelings, I've robbed from you. I'm not giving you what you've paid me for. What up, Clay? I started watching you way back, and now I'm back with trading, watching you again. Fat to Fitness, let's go. I think that name, I recognize it. All right, maybe a short here. All right, Hoover. There are certainly no participation trophies in trading. That, yeah, that's, yeah. Trading, I mean, this is, I'm not going to say the most savage place in the world. Probably the most savage place in the world would be, in like a battle zone. But like, as far as places in the world that literally don't care about your feelings, again, battle zone. Well, I don't know. Even in a weird way, battle zones at least care, right? Because I just saw what Ukraine and Russia, they took Easter off. Like it was like a 3-day ceasefire because of the Orthodox. Like, so even that is like, okay, we'll respect one another's feelings, like, because we're both in alignment of this holiday, et cetera, et cetera. But like the market, it don't care at all about feelings. Like, isn't there, I don't know if it's a true story, but like World War I, they like played soccer game. Like, what was it, the English versus the Germans or something, or the French versus the Germans? But I don't know if that was, I mean, I know that there's like a movie or something about it, but that is also Hollywood. The most savage place in a live chat. That is true. All right, Meech, like I said, I appreciate it. You gave us your trade plan. You're getting short at 20. It was a true story. So it's actually not a true story? What do you mean it was? So at one point people thought it was and it no longer is a true story? Or did you mean it is a true story? Batman with cheese. Where have you been? Why don't you copy trade multiple accounts? I don't know. Because I feel more comfortable with doing things the way I'm doing them right now. Okay, it is a true story. Gotcha. All right. The only thing that's got me a little hesitant for getting short is right here. This is a pretty spicy. That's a pretty nice looking hammer candle right there. So it's like, I don't know, to get short into the lower shadow of this area has me a little leery. Oil on the move. Ooh, gold is actually back down to where it... Okay. No, if anything, I took leave and went to my home country. I guess I didn't know that I always thought America was your home country. All right, I might try another gold trade here. We are right at this area on the 5 minute. Nice little area here. Okay, no, I'm not taking any more trades. If you guys are going to just troll me like this by taking the likes to 99 and then just stopping and not even hitting 100. No way. I'm going to troll you guys until somebody steps up and is like, no, I'm not going to take part in the troll anymore. I'll put us over 100 likes. That's crazy. Who is the leader of the troll that organized that? We need the rebels to step up right now. There we go. All right, let's see if we can. There we go. We got some rebels in the room. Thank you. Okay, I'm long. Gold. All right. That was not as much as... That was supposed to be a scalpy scalp. I thought that was going to be bigger, though. I thought that was going to be more, and yeah, maybe that was stupid to scalpy scalp, but... All right, let's go back over to MNQ. Man, this level here is just... Ooh, we're at... Okay, all right. Stop. Leave me alone. Okay, I want to see it push up, bump its head. Oh, excuse me. This. Yeah. Okay, I'll bump its head there, and then I'll come back down. Put my stop right here. That red line turns blue, I'm in. Trying to get short. See if we can get the rejection here off of this purple line. It's smacked the price back down several times before. Let's see if it wants to do it. Now, if the price pops up through that green line, I'll have to cancel out my trade plan. Yep. All right, never mind. Back to the drawing board. Maybe this is actually finally a true breakout of that purple line. I am still interested in a short up around here, but it's still got a ways to go before it would be up around there. Hey, E. Sharpton. Thank you. I could still do that again just with smaller position size because now my stop is going to be bigger. On the 5 minute, we are approaching the 21 EMA on MNQ. Gold just beautifully holding. I mean, gold is just respecting this area. In fact, this might be, do I try it again down here? Is gold really going to hold again? Is it that easy? This might be the, is it that easy? Yes, it is. Trade of the day. Is it that easy? Apparently, yeah. You just either buy the VWAP or buy the pink line, which is the 200 SMA. But it doesn't, is it actually going to be that easy? Is it really going to bounce again? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 bounces already off of this area. Is it really that easy? Maybe it is. Hey, Earl. Good morning. Agreed. It is usually money, but like, is it really going to keep being money? Maybe so. Looking back over on MNQ. All right. Well, Meech, good job of waiting for confirmation down here. Because when you're talking about how the price will go down, it was like right around here, and it's going up. But to be fair, and again, this is the power of why I like when people give trade plans. We know that Meech is not in because he wanted to see it get down there first, which as of now has been a good decision, Meech. Okay, I'm going to try a short here now. Only if it wants to come back down. Again, if that red line turns blue, I'm long. I am long. Yes, I did have a chance at a scalpy scalp there. I am aware. Oh, beautiful candle now. Come on, deliver for me. I have no edge. I would disagree. The fact that you know you don't have an edge is an edge. So you now know to sit on your hands. You gotta be kidding me. All right, I'm adding if this comes back down. Stop. Oh, stop is right there, and I am out. Well, Candle, good job on suckering me in. Well played, sir. Yes, I'm using Take Profit Trader. Hey, Preston. Congrats on your day, man. You crushed it. Good job. Oh, don't even. The 5-minute looks so tasty. Well, to be fair, on gold, it was that easy. Look at this. It once again held and bounced. So that is seemingly it is that easy trade today. Gold, just like down here at 814.5, pretty much. I would sell 705 again. Shorting MNQ. I love it. Look at David. That's how you do it. That's a man with courage. All 3 numbers mapped out ahead of time. Love to see it, David. Shout out to you and your courageousness. Okay, Meech with the new trade plan. He's getting long at 700. Okay, so he wants to see a break of VWAP. Target 740. Okay. Stop loss 680. All right. Which account do I prefer? I like the 50K and the 150Ks. So in your question, 50K or 25K, personally, I would choose the 50K. All right, on the 5-minute here, we are now approaching that 200 period simple moving average, which does have a track record. You can see it smack the price back down there and there. Will it do it again? Will it do it again? That's the question. So I may be interested in a short up around that area. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Take Profit Trader also has the daily payouts and all that sort of stuff too. But yeah, if you want to help support the stream, I have codes with Lucid also. Code Clay, all caps, whether that's Lucid or Take Profit Trader. Again, like I said, I recommend Take Profit Trader. But I also have a code with Lucid. So yeah, Code Clay, all caps, if you want to get the current promotions and help support the stream. Yeah, nothing I can do short here. If I was going to go short again, as I just showed, it'd have to be up around that pink line. And this high right here, unfortunately, did not quite hit the pink line. Because I'm using a limit. I'm using a limit. You're using a market. I'm using a limit short, meaning I'm only willing to get short at this level. Whereas you're just saying, I'm willing to get short anywhere below this level. So you're doing a market order, I'm doing a limit. Are you not afraid about intraday trailing? No, because I don't need home run trades. I have zero problem taking base hits. which is what the intraday trailing ultimately requires. As I've always said and will continue to say, if you are, I want a grand slam or I want nothing, then yeah, the intraday trailing can be annoying. But if you're like, no, I'll just take base hits, then yeah, it's not a concern. Not to mention the intraday trailing stops anyways once you hit the buffer. So if you want to just do base hits and then get to the buffer and then go back to swinging for grand slams and, take your daily payouts and all that, go for it. That's true. Yeah, yeah. Code Clay, all caps, does support and feed hungry children. That is true. Base hits are it could be, yeah, depending on who you ask. But yeah, base hits are not I want 100 points or something crazy like that. Is there a way to get level 2 orders showing on Dom? I think so. But yeah, I'm not a huge expert in the Dom, so my wisdom is limited there when it comes to that, the depth of the market. You have to get on base to score, and he gets on base. Yeah, that is a great quote. Exactly. Well, that's disappointing. Like I was pointing out, that 200 period simple moving average on the 5 minute. But this time around, it never quite got up there, so no short for me on it. Yeah, exactly, newbie. A base hit, it could be a lot of points, but so a base hit could still yield you 100 points. But within that is you moving the stop loss as it goes in your favor. Not letting the thing go 100 points and like, nope, I'm not moving my stop at all. That's where the trail down can get you. Good, yeah, that's a great point. So yes, in theory, a base hit could still be 100 points because you just nail it and it's going, and you're just using that stop loss, being aggressive with your stop loss, following it down. That is completely away. But yes, being up 50 points and like, nope, I'm not moving my stop. That's where it's just like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? So yeah, good point there. Does anyone else find the Dom distracting? I'm sure some people do, Phil. I don't use it, but some people really like it and enjoy it, so that's why I have it here. But yeah, I would not be shocked if some people find it to be distracting, therefore don't use it. All right, well, back down to the level it goes, or potentially. And gold, once again, it's approaching that. Is it really that easy point? Stopped out, took $100. Good job, Hoover. Base hits for me is more about sizing than points. Yeah, that's another. Yep. If you're only going for 10 points, but sizing the 10-min queue. Yeah, very more than fair point. To tie. You've just got to have your strategy buttoned up. Like, just don't be sitting there and playing all loosey and goosey. Which, again, that's why I argue, in many ways, it's a good thing. It'll force you to not be loosey-goosey. It'll force you to be, pinpoint, be very accurate, be very disciplined. There are always buffers. There's always a buffer. If you, well, no, I'm going to do a direct, I'm going to skip over this. That's fine. But you will pay for that. Like, if you are getting one of these direct to funded, or that's fine, but there is still going to be a test within it anyways. So you can never avoid a test. There will always be a test built in somewhere. Now, could you maybe skip a test? Sure, but you're paying to skip that test. So, I mean, that's just keep that in mind as a general rule of thumb. Like by the way, Idle Kev, I'm not saying that this is what you're saying. But there are no shortcuts. Like, the prop firms are for-profit businesses. If they're offering you something, it is not out of the charity of their heart. It is, okay, you can maybe skip something, but you're not totally skipping it. And in order to skip it, You were paying for it within the price of the you know, that's why direct to funded are way more expensive. All right, maybe a ooh, wow, that's quite the turnaround there. All right, maybe a trade up here somewhere. No, nobody has talked about that yet, Jocko. Interesting. How much is my capital? Well, nothing. Oh, well, it's not nothing, but very little. That's the point of prop firms. That's a beautiful thing. A prop firm, the capital you need to do. Oh, okay. I reset my, or I rebooted my computer. And I forgot. I don't even have everything set up the way it needs to be. Whoops. Whoops. All right, coming back up here. I was going to show you what I meant by, yeah, pretty much with Take Profit Trader. If you have $90, that would be the capital required because it's $90 gives you $25,000 in purchasing power. So that's why prop firms are awesome because you don't need a lot of capital. Therefore, your risk is very minimal. Okay, well, how do I get back to... All right, I'll worry about that later. So yeah, right down here is what I'm talking about. So, so right here the minimal right here, $90 gets you 25K in purchasing power. So the capital required, well, $90. Very, very little. There is some weird stuff going on with Tradeovate. Yeah, I had earlier with Tradeovate, I had my volume profile disappear. It did log me out and back in again earlier on. All right, have a good one, Andy. At this point, I mean, in my mind, I'm starting to question, like, what would it take for me to be interested in a long down here? Because every time I've seen the price come down here, I'm still kind of bearish biased. But as of now, is this just the new bottom of some sort of sideways range? Maybe. Like, is this kind of a new little quote unquote chop fest? The range? Clay, should I do a rain dance to get my edge? You can try. First start with just underwear, and that if doesn't work, then you can lose the underwear. It always happens. Yeah. Tradeovate, nothing is perfect. You don't copy. No, I do not copy trade. Hey, relax. Yeah, AMS, because yeah. Again, cults exist. That is one of the cults. The reason why that cult is attractive is it allows people to sound smart. Because you sure get to use some pretty cool sounding things. Sell order at 712, stop 731. All right, Brian. Yeah, if this is the top of the range, I should be getting short. But it just freaks me out because if I get short here and I throw my stop above the top of the range, well, now my stop is right in front of the VWAP. I don't want to put my stop right in front of the VWAP. So then if I put it below or behind VWAP, well, now it's kind of right in front of the 200 period. So it's kind of sloppy right now. No, I'm not going to leave that in there. Maybe I should, but I'm not. I don't need it to tempt me into doing something that gets me in some sort of chop fest. Any pictures? Question mark. Any advice for Indians who are as enthusiastic as I am? Well, I mean, what are you looking to do? Are you looking to invest? Are you looking to swing trade? Are you looking to day trade? So my first bit of advice would be learn the importance of context, including when you ask questions. Because the advice I give you is going to be heavily dependent on, well, are you looking to get into day trading? Are you looking to get into swing trading? Are you looking to get into investing? Because those are three different things. So advice number one, learn the importance of context. I feel like the market, well, I mean, okay. Frank, I think I need to adapt you for a week. My kids know I feel like. Frank, use the word I think. I can feel like 2 + 2 = 5. I don't care. I think. I feel like, no, nobody cares what you feel like about something that is, tell us what you think, brother. Yes, Earl Gordon, that is what you just described is what I call the racehorse model. I have a stable filled with racehorses, aka past the counts, ready and waiting until I lose a racehorse. But I'm also constantly training new horses, aka trying to pass test the counts. So yes, that is how I do it. We just call it around here Earl Gordon, the racehorse model. Day trade and future and options. Okay, well, first off, don't day trade options. Day trading options makes no sense at all. Mathematically speaking, there's no point in introducing theta into your life if you don't have to. Not to mention futures move better than options anyways. So yes, if you want to be a day trader, mathematically speaking, at this point in economic history, there is nothing more mathematically suitable that makes sense than to day trade futures through a prop firm. And given you're in India, the prop firm that I use, Take Profit Trader, is available to those in India. So in other words, if you want to get and do what I argue mathematically makes the most sense, you can just go to the link up above because that is open to people in India. What is my prediction for oil? Will it rise to 94? Oh, I have no idea. I don't put any brain power towards stuff like that because for my strategy, it's irrelevant. Now, if I was a swing trader or somebody that was, trying to, hold for maybe hours on end, then sure, maybe I would care if we can hit 94. But given I'm a day trader, on oil, I would just care about where do I think the price is going to be in the next 10 minutes. So yes, you certainly do not want my prediction on where I think oil will go because I put zero brain power into thinking where oil will go in the sense of, to those sorts of price targets. That was my long way of saying I don't know, by the way. How do you survive off of making so little each day? I average $1,200 a day. Dang. Well, you must be new around here, Vibe Slice. How do I survive? Because I do it well. I puppet what wealthy people do. That's why I'm surviving. Because I don't reinvent wheels. I just puppet what wealthy people do. Anybody know what wealthy people do? Has anybody ever studied wealthy people? I have. I know, and I noticed something about wealthy people. I have figured out the holy grail of what wealthy people do. Again, and by no means should you just blindly follow what I've told you about my discovery. I will ruin it for you, but don't, go verify it. Go study wealthy people. I've noticed that wealthy people have multiple streams of income. So that's what I've done. And if you think, and that's why I think it's a horrible idea. It literally makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. If you're like, I want to be a full-time day trader. Full-time day trader being defined as my only stream of income, I just want it from trading. I want to do nothing else. I want all my income to come from trading. I think that is a terrible, terrible, terrible goal. And I don't even know if that's really a possible goal. Before you tell me, well, I'm a full-time trader. You got a wife? Yeah. Does she work? Yeah. Well, then you have multiple streams of income, don't you? You dented baboon. Well, I'm a full-time day trader. It's literally I'm not married and I have 0 other forms of income. Oh, all right. So you're paying your mortgage. Well, no, I still live in my mom's basement, so I don't have any overhead costs. Okay, well. So yeah, that is how I'm able to survive on such a little amount. And I have 0 problem saying, as I've said many times before, could I ever be a full-time trader, full-time day trader, being defined as literally my only source of income is from trading? Absolutely not. I have 6 kids I'm trying to feed. That pressure would pop my head like a pimple. If I absolutely had to trade every day and had to make money every day because it was my only source of income, I would fail miserably because my head would get popped like a pimple from the pressure that would be on me. Well, then you're a loser. Well, then I'm a loser. So be it. I'm a loser. Well, then you're not a real trader. Well, I reject your premise that the goal is to be a real trader. No, my objective is to work efficiently, manage my time efficiently, which means multiple income streams. So if you want to call me not a real trader, I don't care. I guess I'm not a real trader, but I do know that I can feed my kids. So there we go. Hey, Wayne. So they're still working on building the walls, laying them down, question mark. I'm going to be a real boy. Rather be a real, oh my goodness, dropping some truth bombs. Correct. Rather be a real father than a real, yeah, exactly. That is one thing I noticed on Twitter. Like some people's arguments pretty much boil down to, if you use a prop firm, you're not a real trader. Well, you guys aren't real traders, you're using prop firms. I'm like, since when is the goal to be a real trader? Isn't the goal to manage risk and make money? I thought that was the goal. I thought that's what makes you a real trader. That's always been my definition of a real trader, is somebody that can manage risk and is managing risk most efficiently. But no, some people, that is the argument they use, is you're not a real trader because you're on a prop firm. It's like, okay. Like, cool. Like, that's fine. We just have a different definition of what a real trader is. Those are the people that they have put ego above math and logic. Well, that's your opinion. Kind of, but I can bring the math. That's why Pam's plan is very annoying to some people, because I'm just sitting there talking in math, which, by the way, is logic, right? Math is just organizing things. What is the square footage of your home? Can I give you a range, Nero? All right, maybe a short here. Oh, come back. All right, I'll do this if it wants to come back up here. Sell, and then stop right up here. Random hero. Well, I would argue we're equally rich. We both woke up this morning, so we're both pretty rich. Okay, again, looking to get short at the red line. Stop is at the green. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, wait, this wasn't made from real trading. I know this will shock some of you, but apparently Twitter is filled with people that are just driven by ego. I know. I'm shocking many of you right now. But if you want to make an argument that you put ego over math, the quickest way to do that is to be like, you're not a real trader because you use the prop firm. It's like, okay. Go eat your chicken breast and broccoli. Don't forget leg day. I'm working on creating multiple streams of income. I have acting. I have music. That's awesome, man. That's good stuff. For sure, I can give you a range of the square footage of the house we're building. Okay. The square footage of the new home we're building is between 100 square feet and 100,000 square feet. There you go. Thank you. All right. Well, I hesitated when it was up there and it bit me. I don't know. That I don't like it. I need to get rid of that trend line. I think I'm the irony of that tie is pretty funny. Lower tread line broken. Yeah, that's funny you say that, because I guess it just really depends on how you define lower tread line. Because there's a lower tread line, there's a lower tread line. Both of these have not been broken. I'm guessing, Brad, your lower tread line is probably this, maybe? I will try another short if it can get back up there from low of the day. Gotcha. From low of the day? Huh? No, how can that? There's the low of the day. If you're drawing a trend line from there, we definitely have not broken that one, brother. Brad, what's going on, brother? I think Brad started to hang around some new friends. Brad, did these new friends hand you a spray paint can and say, all right, Brad, you take this can and go, find some new friends, Brad. That's true. Yeah, some of you, today is like your favorite day of the year. And I'll just leave it at that. Hey, day trading. Oh, it's going all right. Had some good ones, had some annoying ones. Just notice that once again, is it really that easy? Continues to be that easy. Now, this one wasn't totally clean, but it did come down here to that pink line. Bit of a fake break, and then another beautiful bounce. So I think I have to. If it comes down here, I think I have to try along it. We'll call it, I don't know, 4-8 or 48.14. Put my stop down below that low. So keep an eye on gold. If it comes down here, I think I got to take another swing at it. It seems like that's the thing that would make the most sense to do. Rising wedge on the 5-minute of what? Sorry, I'm making everybody's life complicated. Given we're looking at gold and oil and the MNQ, you got to specify which one is your rising wedge. MNQ. I guess you could call that a form of a rising wedge. I don't know if I necessarily go with it, but I'm not going to call you totally crazy. Hey, Azaria. Azara. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Do we think it rejects again? I have passed my email and then got stomped out on my first trade, but it's okay because I learned my mistakes. I was not. Well, hey, good. As long as you're learning, that's what matters. Maybe a short here. Once again, we're at VWAP. That's rejected the price down several times before. No. Doggone it. Am I going to miss this one again? I don't know. Is this thing about... I wonder if this thing might be getting ready to make a move to the upside. Thinking about whoa. What time is it? Okay. Wow. Okay, that got a little bit spicy there for a second. What's oil doing? Is oil dropping right now? No, not really. Oh my goodness. Love to see it. Love to see it. There we go. First wall is up. I don't think you can tell. There we go. First wall of the house is up. Love to see it. Well, Joe, welcome to one of the things that's most challenging about traders or trading. You've got to be confident. Scared money doesn't make money, but don't be cocky. So it sounds like you crossed that line into cockiness. But you can't be scared. You got to be confident, but don't be cocky. Well, where's that line at? Yes, that's one of the key reasons why trading can be so hard. But it happens, Joe. It happens. That looks like 12,000 square feet. I am very interested to know how you arrived at that conclusion based off that picture. Yeah. Yeah, we have 3 windows in the entire thing, correct? AI, yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, ChatGPT. That's right. It's magical like that. I don't know. Am I about to be dented? I think so. I'm thinking of a long here. Hmm. All this hesitation is probably my way of just saying I need to just be sitting on my hands right now. All right, I'm going to throw out a long down here. Let's now bounce off this area a couple times. Let's see if we can maybe get another one. Hey, Dev. You play with your kids outside this weekend or what? I think I have. I think I remember you right. Good. I see him using a level. I'm not a construction guy, but I appreciate them trying to make sure the walls are level. That's always a good step in the right direction. Attaboy, Dev. All right. This recovery here. These ones have pulled back a lot more. This one, not a very big pullback. So maybe this is finally getting ready to prep itself for a move up through. So I'm long. Let's see if we can get some sort of push up through. Essentially playing a little bit of a bull flag, bull pennant, whatever you want to call it. Maybe it just suckered me back in. Brad's long. Yeah, I guess I meant plum. Can you see? Like, I'm clearly not lying about not much of a construction guy. I guess, yes, I meant plum. I have heard that term now that you say it, but I guess I didn't realize. Okay, so walls are plumb. Floors are level then. Is that correct terminology? You level a floor, but you make sure a wall is plumb? What is it plumb to? Come on. Give me that breakout, brother. First target's up there. So yes, I am looking for it to break above VWAP. Some may say I should probably lock out at least one target before VWAP in case it never breaks. And to that person, I would say, that's a good thought, but I'm not going to do it because I'm a dent. All right. And that person's saying, see, I told you, Clay, you would at least had one profit taken right there as it gets smacked right back down. Oil now dropping. Yeah, I don't see how oil dropping is really going to hurt this position, so I'll take it if oil wants to keep dropping. Come on, brother, get pushing. Okay, Doe, whenever you're ready to get serious, let us know, man. But like, you are currently in the not really trolled category, because if that was a category, you'd be banned. But like, you're in the not a very serious person category. Meaning you're getting closer to troll category, therefore closer to being banned category. Well, the people are like, made the argument for the VWAP. To them, I would say, at this exact moment in time, I should have listened to you. Yeah, I trade open. UCAR is seriously a good play. Well, crypto, none of us are, well, I don't know about none of us, but like, okay, I can't. Crypto, stop pumping garbage to us, all right? Don't be peeing on our leg telling us it's raining. This freaking VWAP is just about to face vacuum. About to face vacuum. Huh? What's a face vacuum? I need it to rain. No, I do not want... Rain is my enemy right now. I want my lumber to stay as dry as possible. All right, I'm going to add more at the green line if it wants to come back up. Looking for a bounce here off the 21 EMA. So I'm looking to add some more at the green line. Come on, 21 EMA. Bounce it. Be a trampoline. No. All right, I got to get out. What a dirty rat. Goodness. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Waiting on tweets. It's just not moving. Yeah. Well, for those of you that were like, Clay, you should at least taken one out right there to at least mitigate some risk. And yes, in hindsight, I agree. But at that exact moment in time, we did get the break of VWAP. I was getting ready for that thing to start to push, and it didn't. It didn't. So it is what it is. All right, well, back to the drawing board. Let's figure out something else. Which is weird because this entire... So this is... makes no sense at this point. Oil has literally been dropping this entire time. I would have thought oil dropping, so oil was doing this. I would have thought this sort of action here, oil going down, would have helped this go up. But no, all of a sudden, I get in the trade and oil in the market, I guess, decide to go in the same direction. So I think that's what's most irritating. It's like, oil, all right, dropping. Why are you not dropping too? Can I explain how the VWAP works? Well, no, not really. The VWAP is just, no, I mean, you can study what the VWAP is. I would argue, why does it work? Well, a lot of it has to do with it's just a self-fulfilling prophecy. A lot of people use VWAP. Therefore, if a lot of people are saying, oh, VWAP should provide support or resistance, it tends to do that. Yeah, if you want to, like, how it works, I'm not going to, break down the math and all that sort of stuff. But practically speaking, I would argue the VWAP works because it's, a lot of it is just self-fulfilling prophecy. Oh, wow, period. Those windows are going to be a good size, period. Good call on those. I am now seeing your vision. Okay, newer trader. Yeah, no. Yeah, VWAP, as far as like what it is, all that sort of stuff, it's just mathematical equations revolving around price and volume, as I think all indicators are, which is why when people are like, what's your favorite indicator? Price action in the form of candlesticks. That is the king indicator. Again, I can't say every single one, but as far as I'm aware, all other indicators within their mathematical equation to arrive at whatever they're trying to do, they're using the variable of price. So it's like, well, I kind of just like the main thing, price. Is it pronounced V? I call it VWAP. But that might be something. Indicators are delayed equations. Well, some of them are supposed to be leading indicators, though, too. But yes, like a moving average, which is why, the golden crossover, at least back in my day when I got into trading, like it seemed like the most popular thing was the golden crossover. And it's like, okay, but technically a golden crossover is with moving averages, which are lagging indicators. So like, it's kind of already telling you you should already know. Like when a golden cross happens with the 50 up through the 200 period, okay, the uptrend is here. It's like, well, I don't know. I think the uptrend has already been here. Clay, if you could only trade one strategy, what would it be? The KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. Right. The vast majority of indicators, again, I think, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that 95% of them are using price. Some of them will also factor in volume. But yeah, at the end of the day, that's where I'm like, I'm just going to use price action itself. That's my favorite indicator. I think a lot of people forget when they're like, what's your favorite indicator? And I say price, they're like, no, what's your favorite indicator? Because they don't realize, no, price is an indicator and what I would call the king indicator. Because all our indicators are based off of price. Well, what's your proof for that? Well, geek out and look at the mathematical equation that's behind this indicator. Odds are price is part of that equation. Now, that's not my way of saying therefore all these other indicators are worthless. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying why for me, I'd rather go straight to the horse's mouth. But I do use other indicators, right? These are moving averages and, that's the VWAP. These are some trend lines. Well, trend lines are just price action, but this has been a frustrating live stream for me, though. This was amazing when I caught that short. I got 85 points on that one. That was great. But it has been kind of a struggle since then. I think I just got to say with trading the range right now. What is the range? Right here, it seems like. Top of the range, basically the VWAP, give or take. Bottom of the range, down here. What do you think will happen? Well, I don't know. Right now, per my premise that this is a range, we're right in the middle of it. So I'm not going to diddle in the middle. The middle of what? Well, the range. I mean, yeah, we are almost dead center in the middle of it. So yeah, I don't know. Trend up channel 2. Oh yeah, that's fair. I suppose there is a bit of an uptrend. So if I were to guess, I suppose I should be getting long there, just because within the sideways range there is a slight upwards range. So if you force me, no Clay, right now you have to go either long or short. Again, I reject the premise because I don't have to do anything. But if I had to do something, I would go long for this reason here, that technically there is an upwards channel within the sideways range. You have an unusual amount of patience today. Are you a doctor or no? That's a joke. I know what you meant, but technically speaking, you spelled the wrong patience. Good old English language. No. No, same word, just wrong spelling. Again, welcome to the English language. Literally same sounding word, but spelled differently, which imply... How do people learn English? Like, actually, give me a 5 if you were here and English is your second language. Like, I want to publicly acknowledge you for how smart you are. Because English makes no sense at all. Andre, Earl, Nero, Dimitri, Bab, Sydney, Javier. Shout out to all of you. Tate, shout out. That's impressive. Because patience. No. Patience is literally the same word in the sense of it sounds the exact same. Therefore, based on how it's spelled is, the context of it. Crazy. No. Neil, I said your second language. When it comes to typing, English has got to be like your 17th language. You are the worst typer I've ever come across, Neil. I don't even know how to, it's wild. It blows my mind how bad of a typer Neil is. I resemble Lennon Mark. I'll give you credit. You're not in denial about it. So I can appreciate that. Oh, we are right in the middle. My patience, not like doctor patience, but like my patience. We need out of this range. It would. I think it would help me out. But for now, I'm just trusting the range. I'm going to get short if it comes up here, and I'm just going to play the range. If that happens to be the time where it breaks out of the range, well, I'll have a losing trade. If the price comes down here, again, I'm going to play the range and get long. If that's the time where it happens to just say, no, we're kidding, this is no longer the bottom of the range, well, then I will once again have a losing trade. Dr. Clay sounds promising. I'm only a doctor towards baboons. Okay, here we go. Maybe. All right. How do I want to officially define the bottom? Right here. Buy. Sell. There we go. I'm looking to play the range. Make sure to check him for ticks, period. He's pretty close to the grass. Whoa, what happened here? What happened here? What was that? All right, I did not see that. Yeah, that's about a 20-point spike. Was it down here and then went all the way up there? Or did it just do one of these Are you serious, Brad? Oh man. I mean, that was a nasty. So that's a true range. Just did a 30-point range out of nowhere, kinda. Wait. Was there a treasury auction? Wait a second. This may not be random. Was there a treasury auction? Get out the economic calendar. Uh-oh. Is that what? Maybe that's what happened. This could potentially not be a coincidence. Did we lose track of it? Chat, we might have fouled ourselves. No, I don't see anything. No. Nope. I don't see anything on the calendar. So I think we can say that was just kind of out of nowhere, which makes it very difficult. Iran plans to send a negotiating team to... Yeah, but that's not new. When was that? Where did you get that from, Green? And what time was that posted? I thought that was already rumored to be out there and true. All right, I'm going to try a short there. Stop up there. All right, so I have both my both my trade plans out there. If it wants to come up, I'm trying to trade the range with the short here. If it wants to come down here, looking to go along with the range down there. That was the news he just said at. That came out at 13:03. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, that sounds like it. And actually the candle, now granted, I kind of have hindsight confirmation bias, but that candle actually makes sense because that doesn't seem like new news. I know I saw that earlier that they were going to do it. So like, it's like, wait, is this? No. Okay, right back to where we were. Your stop is my short entry. Which one? I got two out there. I got two trade plans. Which stop are you talking about, brother? Hey, if you're enjoying this in any way, shape, or form, if you don't mind hitting that like button, it helps. See if we can get this up over 200 likes. We're 14 away. Okay, maybe. Maybe a short here. If it comes up a little bit more. 708. Your stop is my short. Oh, that's where you're looking to get. Yeah, so you're looking to play more so the. Yeah, I should probably put my stop over the high of this candle. Yeah, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. There we go. So let's move this up to here now. There we go. Yeah, I just noticed my stop was actually in front of that high right there. And that didn't make a whole lot of sense. So now I move my stop behind there. And then adjust my entry up to right there so I can keep a smaller risk profile right there. All right, I'm going to try to just trade the range. People say, Clay, stop being an idiot. Just trade the range. Okay, I'm going to try to trade the range. Oh, come on. 2 more likes, you dirty. Yeah, come on. Let's not play this. Let's not troll. Trolling's no fun. I guess at least you guys didn't stop it at, what was it? Yeah, 99 you stopped it at earlier today. Thank you, Random Hero. Thank you, Mamba. Hey, look at that. We got a breakout in the likes. So right now, I am the example of how we need to be as traders. Absolute sleazeballs, like politicians. I am all for the longs. But I'm telling you right now, if I get filled right there, I am going to turn so fast. I'm going to flip-flop so fast, it's going to make your head spin. But yes, right now, Team Bulls. Go, Bulls. Go, Bulls. I am bullish until it gets right there. But as soon as I get filled, you'll witness it. I'm going to become a scumbag, and before you know it, I'm Team Bears. Go Bears, go Bears. Oh, yeah, you remember Idiot Clay, huh? I love, again, this this is a long time ago, so don't get me wrong. But, like, to me, it just reminds me of how old I am and how long I've been on YouTube. You say back in 2019, 2020, well, like, that was a long time ago. But in my mind, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, that was 7 years after I started on YouTube. Because I got started on YouTube in 2013. So, like, the fact that you think you used to watch me back in the day, I'm like, back in the day, dude, you found me 7 years after I had started on YouTube. But I'm like, wait a second. That is like almost 7 years ago, though, now. So, yeah, I'm old. I'm old. I'm old. But, hey, good to have you back. But yes, I a couple years ago now, finally listened to the members of my community and did what should have been done a long time ago. I am now day trading futures through a prop firm because that's what mathematically makes sense. Break to the upside incoming. Oh, boy. Glenn's got a crystal ball, apparently. Oh, boy. Glenn knows the future. Glenn is the richest among us. He knows what's going to happen. Glenn, can we have a party on one of your private yachts? What's up with the VIX? Like, why are some people, like, I understand the VIX, but some of you, it's just like, your whole life revolves around the VIX. Yeah, maybe it is a big protest. Why does everything look like a liquidity sweep? I see no liquidity sweeps. I see fake breakouts, but I do also understand that a fake breakout does not sound nearly as cool as a liquidity sweep. VIX is the center on all charts of mine. Hey, if it works for you, Jay Williams, more power to you. Glenn did just disappear. He must be yelling at one of his yacht drivers. I said this type of caviar, not this type of caviar. What kind of savage do you think I am? That caviar is only $10,000. What are you serving me such a dirt for? Glenn, relax. Don't yell at your crew so much. It was an honest mistake, brother. Yeah, it happens. Sometimes you get served the $10,000 caviar instead of the $50,000 caviar. Well, pulse wave around these parts, brother. Let's turn what you're saying into some practical information. We define practical information around these parts as a trade plan. And we define a trade plan as 3 numbers. And these 3 numbers are the entry, the target, and the stop loss. So pulse wave, cool. You're saying some interesting stuff, but let's turn it into practical information for us, brother. So how are you taking all this stuff that you're talking about and turning that into a money-making trade plan? Can you give us a trade plan, brother? Have I ever had caviar? I don't think so. I've had sardines. Is that caviar? Of course I can, Todd. I'm just not going to do it right now. All right, am I supposed to just get short right here? We're once again at the... Am I really going to do this? I am going to do it, but it would be an ego trade. Like, does this thing really get rejected by the VWAP again? I don't think so. I'm getting long. I don't believe you. I think we're going through this time. I think we're going through this time. So I am long. Oh, crap. Let me get this trade plan out of the way. Come on, brother. At least hit that first target. Dude. Thank you, brother. All right. This will be a green trade. Stop is in green territory. No, come on. Keep breaking out. Keep breaking out. Let's go. There you go. There's my next target. I guess I can try to go for a little bit more. Just in case it rejects off the pink. No, go back up. All right, I might be actually thinking short now. If this thing comes back down, this could be just a total fake breakout candle here. Come on, brother. Be a true breakout and keep breaking out. All right, I am stopped out. Now actually thinking about a short down here. Was this just a fake breakout? Wow, you dirty rat. You sir. Oh my goodness. Are you really going to dump? If this thing dumps, that may be, I won't say the most savage, but that'll be one of the most savage moves all day. Did the one guy ever give us a trade plan or no? No, he never did. Pulse wave, no trade plan from him. J Crod, short. Okay, that doesn't mean anything, J Crod. We need a couple more numbers than just saying short. Okay, next time, Pulse Wave, cool, good stuff, but like, if you could let us know ahead of time, that'd be great. Because right now, that's like a trust me, bro trade plan, which I believe you. I don't know why you would lie. But also, to be fair, this is the internet where people just say stuff. But congrats on that one. Next one, give us some numbers ahead of time, brother. Sinseller, 712 stop loss. Uh-oh. Okay, you got one of the three numbers. Where's your entry point at? Appreciate you knowing where your stop loss is at. 712. So you're short then. I almost got short there. So this is getting very tricky from several layers now. Because I can see people saying, oh, okay, fake breakout, here we go. And are they about to just get suckered in? If this comes back down, I think I will probably try a short, though. So maybe I'm one of these people that's about to get suckered in now on the short side. All right, I'm going to revisit this. Let's get short here. Stop up there. And let's do a little bit of a fake break. So they're meeting the kids and playing with them, question mark? All right, Mintmont. So for people wondering, what's this guy talking about? Trade plans. Look at Mintmont. That's a good example. Very straightforward. He gave, he's saying he's long. Oh, okay, I'm now long. No, I'm short. I lied. I'm short. Okay, let's see. Come on down. Come on down. At least at this first target. I know I had a chance at the scalpy scalp. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm about to be stopped out. And I am stopped out. Well, alrighty then. Did not care about the 200 period. Did not care about this high right here. So, therefore, I had a losing trade. This has been just... Okay. Oh, Glenn, so you're one of those guys, huh? You waited to see what would happen before you piped up again. Gotcha, Glenn. You're one of those people. Noted. Well, Glenn, I hate to be the bearer of, I don't know if this is bad news for you, but ain't nobody impressed by any of that. Next time we need a trade plan from you, brother. You yapped. Congrats. Your random yap might have worked out here. But for all we know, you might have gotten stopped out before it ever went up. So next time, Glenn, we need a trade plan ahead of time, buddy. But I can smell your type a mile away. Make a proclamation and then just go silent. And if it works out, you chime in with your clever remark. If it doesn't work out, you just vanish into the thin air. Thin air. Air. Don't judge me. In prop firms, do we have to pay quarterly taxes? Well, Mr. G, that would be a question for your local tax professional, to which myself or nobody else is. If you are making money, then yes, broadly speaking, any money being made is going to be taxed. But that's as far as I'm going in terms of tax advice. Thin hair. Yeah. I struggled to say my R's growing up. Like, I literally had to go to speech class for my R's. So, like, you just got a little bit... Clearly, I have not completely kicked the habit. But the R is what was throwing me off in what I was trying to say. Are you seriously going to kick me out and now come back down, you dirty rat? All right. I think I'm going to buy at the... Now, if this thing just falls right back into the channel, I am defining the channel as this being the top of the channel. Well, then I'm just going to be made to look like a fool. But I'm looking for the back test and go. So it's broken out. Let's see if we can get something like that going on here. Oh my goodness. Some of you are such dented baboons. Think about what you're doing. You're asking random strangers about taxes. Holy smokes. Some of you just want to make your life harder on yourselves than it needs to be. I swear. Some people are like, what can I do really stupid today? Hey, let's go ask tax questions to random people. Holy smokes. What's next? You're going to start to ask for medical advice in here. You dented baboons. All right, oil. Okay, so the correlation is irrelevant. So here we have oil also going up right now. So normally this sort of action on oil, when I pulled up the MNQ, you would think the MNQ is dropping. Nope, this one's also going up. Hey, uncle. Well, I'm glad that you conceded that just because you came back green, you're not proud of the trading. All right, I guess. Yeah, I'm waiting for somebody to show up and be like, hey, can somebody help? How do I set up a trust? Hey, I need some asset management help. Goodness. One of the best investments I have ever made was into a CPA. Well, I'm just going to use TurboTax. That's fine, but like, man. And I don't know, I think times are changing. So maybe you can plausibly say, actually ChatGPT or Claude can do my taxes just as well, if not better than a CPA. I'm becoming more and more open to maybe that's true. But for me, I'm just an old guy. Just hire a local tax professional. Good grief. I don't know. What does a CPA stand for? My CPA is paid for herself. Yeah. I've used mine for, well, I used like a firm, so there's a couple of them, but yeah, I don't know, what, 15 years now? it is an investment because you find a good one, they will get you a return on your investment. So sure, you're paying more, but they know what they're doing to like make sure that things are, you know. Anyways, please, for all that is good and wise and logical, don't be asking for tax advice here from me or anybody else. Because just because somebody shows up and says, I'm a CPA of 38 years, this is the internet where people just like yap. I'm looking for one that is willing to go to jail. What if you just don't pay? I mean, that's true. That you could just not pay taxes. That I guess that's another route. How do I raise children? Well, step one would be to get a roof over their head, some clothes on them, and some food in their tummies. That would be step one. Like I said, the only tax advice I give is if you are making money, be prepared to pay taxes on that money. That's all. That's as far as I'm going. I don't need any sort of who knows what. I was not feeling very good this weekend, so I laid low. I'm going out. Well, after the stream is over, we're going to the ballpark again with the kids. And then after that, I am going mushroom hunting. So on the 5 minute here, the next maybe area interested in for a short, we have a pivot point up here. Whether or not that happens remains to be seen, but do have a pivot point up there. All right, have a buy order there. Tried to do this earlier and then it separated higher, but this is the top of what I define as the former channel. So this is a key breakout of the channel itself. So do we get one of these kind of back tests and goes? Not only is it the top of the channel, we also have the VWAP, we have the 21 EMA, and if you envision the volume profile here as a mountain, we kind of have a peak of the mountain right there, and the peak of the mountain also corresponds to right there. None of these things mean that it'll for sure bounce, but it is enough stuff for me that I'm going to be willing to take a swing at it. Hey, KRT. Hello to you and the missus. We got somebody talking about the KJV Bible. All right. I haven't been to my mushroom spots yet. I've gone a couple times this year, but nothing. But there are now reports from a Facebook page I follow of the county I'm in Iowa that they've been found. Your spots are southeast. There's a market waiting for a tweet from this market should have gone down more. Well, and that's exactly why I don't trade news. Because the market does not care what you think when it comes to, well, with this news, no, it doesn't matter. I just care about what is happening. And how do you know what is happening? Well, what is the price doing? That's it. I don't care what the price should be doing. Well, that was terrible news. The price should be going down. Why is it going up? Well, apparently it was actually good news because the price is going up. Okay, maybe I get long here. If that green line turns blue, I am long. I am... Okay, I am long. All right. Come on, brother. Let's get a bounce here. Let's do a little cooking. Come on. At least hit those first couple targets. Ugh. I turn my... You got to be kidding me. Oh, today is... I'm having flashbacks to Friday. Yeah, okay. So now what the correlation is back all of a sudden? Oil goes up, so the markets go down. That was literally not happening for the past hour. Market is way overbought. Well, I mean, that would depend on your time frame. By the way, Ace Trades, you still here? There it is. Your comment earlier about the contradictions, I will tell you right now, you have a way bigger contradiction than the ones you claimed. Would you mind sharing with me how 0 plus 0 equals something other than 0? Could you share that? Because that seems like a big contradiction that apparently you believe in. So do you have any thoughts on that? How does 0 plus 0 equal anything other than 0? How's that a good source filled with contradictions? Whereas as far as I can tell, you are advocating towards kids with a way bigger contradiction. Who says there was a 0? Well, it's really that basic. You're the one that believes 0 plus 0 equals something other than 0. That seems like a big contradiction. And I don't even know, what do you mean? Who says there was a 0? What? That doesn't mean anything. You say there was a 0. Okay. Coming back up. Come on. Come on, brother. Okay, well, where did your non-zero thing come from? Because that would be your creator then. Oh, why do you got to get my hope up like that? All the way back up. My point is this. All this stuff has got to come from somewhere, right? But I don't know. No, no, I mean, probably because you're going to devoid into just a bunch of nonsense. Literally speaking, nonsense. You're going to say, oh, no, there was always something there. My question is, where did that something come from? Yeah, I'm curious. Because, I would assume. Well, I don't know. Did the universe have a beginning? I guess would be the first question. That'd be what I'd start with. Wasn't the steady state thing disproved? What? Hey, whoa, okay, I am in. I don't know what to do here. Are you about to snap back again? All right, let me. Oh boy. All right, I'm just gonna get out. I gotta err on the side of caution. It might. Who knows? Maybe it explodes upwards. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought the steady state theory on the universe was replaced by the Big Bang. But I don't know. Maybe my science is off. What wave, Frank? What wave? Well, there, yeah. Now I look stupid, fine. But when I got out, I mean, it was still getting pretty snappy. Ace trades. Yes, you are about to get banned because you're not at. I asked a very simple question and now you're trying to derail. So never mind, as I would be expected. Oil with the big pullback now all of a sudden. So I don't know. Do we have a report or something? I'm not sure. No. You've already revealed how you're going to go about this, so never mind. You're right. So it looks like you will be on the pathway to being banned because you're not just, yeah, never mind. Frank, you've said that about 13,000 times now. Yes, we know that this is whistling past the graveyard. The problem is it can whistle. What's that saying? The market can remain irrational, way longer than you can remain liquid? So for this example, the market can whistle way longer than you can remain rational. Just careful, be careful going long. Well, what happens if I'm going to be a Frank and take like 3 ticks, Frank? The Frank trade. The Frank trade is one where you take 3 ticks. This is, you know what? I'm not going to beat myself up too bad because you know what? Yeah, I held a little bit while longer, but I was like, you know what? In this market, I'm not quite sure I really need to fear this as much as I did. And I'm glad I held. It came back up. Yes, in hindsight, I could have gotten more, but man, when I got out, it was just looking too sketchy. Can I be frank? I mean, if you want to be a Frank, if you want to do the Frank trade, get in to something that moves 80 points but take 3 ticks, and then you'll do a Frank trade. Which my point, Frank, is like for somebody like you that's going to... Now, is it actually 3 ticks? No, maybe it's like 2 points. But for somebody that's just looking to take 2 points, is there ever a time to not... where it wouldn't make sense to necessarily go long? Not totally, because you're only going for 2 points. Yeah, we're fine, Ace. Clay, watch out with all that TikTok. There's Alpha Gall. Yeah. Oh, hey, somebody has shada. That's what I mean. What is this? What is going on all of a sudden? That just cooked some people. Hey, Clay, you don't have to beat yourself up. One trade day week. One trade day week doesn't define your trading success. Correct. No, I appreciate that, Captain Crunch. Although you're poisoning our children with food dyes, I still respect, I appreciate having you here. Trump, or deal with Trump, will be far better than the JCPOA. I'd be a liar if I said I knew what the JCPOA stood for. Dude, I am not trying to get political. But like, does anybody actually believe that? When Trump says the deal will be far better. Like, even if you are a Trump diehard, I think your position would have to be, no, I don't believe that. But the reason I don't believe that is because Trump is being intentionally misleading because he's trying to keep the enemy off balance. Which, okay, fine. But like, there's no way that anybody can be like, oh yeah, I believe that. Right? Like, you can't believe that at all. Once again, to try to think about all arguments, you could say, well, I love Trump. I am a diehard Trump person, but no, I don't believe him. But the reason why I don't believe him is because part of war is misdirection. Part of it is, part of it is trying to make things sound differently than what they are. So like, yeah, I don't really believe that because he might just be doing that as a bigger strategy. And to me, I'm like, okay, that's fair. But like, at this point, can anybody actually trust anything that he's saying? I don't see how, no matter where you fall on the spectrum, you could be like, oh yeah, I believe that. And I am open to the idea. I understand, like, part of war is misinformation. Part of war is making people believe X when it's actually Y, etc., etc., etc. But I think that's the pill you would have to swallow at this point. As like a diehard Trump supporter, I think you'd have to swallow that pill. Like, oh no, it might not be true, but that's part of the misdirection. And you know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. Like, at this point, if anybody is just like, oh, that's it, that's what's going to happen, it's like, come on. And right now, yeah, the chart doesn't really seem like it, or the markets is kind of just like, okay. Like, yeah, we got that, like, wait a second, okay, yeah, we'll see what happens. That's kind of envision that. The market for a quick moment got super excited, and then I was like, well, let's come back down here and let's see what happens. I like the 50K and the 150K. I don't know. Do I try? Do you record your daily trades, keep a log? I don't know. I don't have anything against journaling, but journaling has never really been my thing. All right, have a good one, relax. Oh, boy. We do have the pivot point up. All right, I'm going to try it. There we go. Stop, or I'm sorry, short at the red. Stop at the green. I'm up just a little bit more. Last time I was up, well, basically kind of playing like a form of a triple top. 1, 2, and then maybe 3. Now, obviously, these are not like perfect, smooth triple top, but general idea, this area of the chart, as of recently, has, there's been some sellers up there. We'll see if they're still up there. If they're not still up there, well, then I'm going to have a losing trade. Again, the reason why I want to give this, maybe it makes a little bit more sense on the 5-minute. We have this pivot point right up here. Last time it came up and almost hit it. So that's where my stop is. I'm just trying to hide a little bit above that area. And I'm not sure that's the right chart. Was I looking at the right thing? Maybe not. I don't know. What happened? Okay, never mind. I'm confusing myself. So oil here, that 200 period moving average has done a very good job of providing support. So if it comes down to 87, do I try a long there? Maybe. Maybe kind of, sort of. Things are just getting so jumpy right now. I know I'd be short right now, but it just doesn't, I don't know. I'm just having such a case of deja vu. This would all make more sense if you're on Friday's live stream. But Friday is like almost a mirror image. I started off Friday really strong. Dude, I did very well. I was in the groove. And then by the end, it was like I couldn't do anything right. And that is, like I said, started off with, I don't know if it was my first trade, but one of my first trades, got that 85 points. But man, since then, well, not since the 85-point trade, but I did some other good ones. I made some money on gold. But recently now, it's just, ugh. I really want to short this. Bro, it's a buy from the pullback you got out of. So it's okay, well, give us a trade plan, iBar. Bro, can you be a little more specific? Like, how would you make money from this situation? Can you give me an entry as a number, a stop loss as a number, and a target as a number, bro? Bro, it's a buy from the pullback. Okay, well, I don't remember what pullback. So, like, where are you looking to get long here? iBar, my bro. Trend is up. Longs make more sense. Okay, where? Where though, Jack? Where does it make sense to go long? Let's start there. That's fine. You think a long makes more sense because of the uptrend. Cool. But like, where to go long? Where does it make sense? Long here. Okay. And then where's your stop at? Linden Edge. Linden Edge is long right here. He said long here. Fine. Where's your stop at, brother? No family different. Who was that guy? I already forgot that guy's name. Uh-oh. Okay, I-bar. Right now, we're just, again, at more words. Below the local low. Okay, see, I don't know what that means. So if you could just give me a number, that'd be good. See, this is why I wish more people would just do what I asked. Like, I say, give me numbers. I'm trying to make everybody's life easy. If you just tell us that number, then now you don't have to explain, like, below the local low. I don't know what that means. If you could just give a number, that'd be way more efficient. Like, I'm kind of a geek. I am an engineer by degree, a process engineer. So, like, I like to make a process as efficient as possible. Thank you. All right, you're 2690. Holy smokes, okay. You're running a big, wow. And where's your target at? Get in buy. Stop loss 690. All right, Joe. Target for Linden is 816. Holy, okay. So you're a sway trader then, Linden Edge. You're one of these, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this, by the way. And thank you for mapping out a trade plan with numbers. You have my respect. But yeah, we are definitely different traders. Apparently you were willing to hold this thing for hours on end. That's just, yeah, I'm not a sway trader. I mean, your target is way up over 800. Your stop loss is like way down here. So yeah, sounds like you were prepared to hold for hours if need be. And that just, yeah, we are definitely very different traders. Long from 6. Yeah, I don't know. This is, I mean, we are putzing around right now, right at that pivot point on the 5-minute. So I could see, you know, if you are on the team of, okay, I could see maybe some more chops starting, and here's our new range. So if you're just on the top hit and then the bottom part down there, again, you're like, no, I don't think there's going to be a range forming. Fine. But if you are thinking that it could be forming, then yeah, the bottom of the range seems to be around 680-ish. Long 710, stop 700. All right, Jason. Love to see that. That's a man with courage right there. Do I see an ascending wedge? An ascending wedge. I don't know if I've ascending triangle I've heard of. Are you asking about a rising wedge? Maybe kind of sorta. Bro, see, I told you. Yeah, you did. Good job. Next time, we'll need something from you, like, ahead of time, though. Ain't nobody impressed, I-bar. I'm pretty sure you've been here before, and you're just trolling. Either that or you are very socially awkward. One of those two. Either you're trolling or you're socially awkward. One of those two. Which line is your VWAP? The dotted yellow is VWAP. Okay, so he is a troll. Gotcha. Rising wedge, ascending triangle, same. No, they're actually pretty different. I know what you're saying, though. You're making a joke about it, which, fair enough. But technically speaking, they're actually very different. I'm 9 years in, bro. Cool. Well, now you're going to be in the timeout penalty box for 24 hours. There you go. 9 years in, bro, and now 24 hours in the timeout box. Congrats. Let me know what you think. Can trading take a toll on you over the years? Well, trading is no different than anything else. Trading can take a toll on anybody. Just like anything can take a toll on anybody. You're 9 seconds in. Yeah. Right. Might try a pull back here long. Kind of like this area. Yeah, I like the VWAP long down here. I'm going to try a long down there. The green line. Maybe this is the long area. It might, bounce right here off the 21 EMA and the 200, but I'm gonna look for it to come down a little bit more. He seems like the type that might be back here in just a minute. Like he's got multiple names. Maybe I'm wrong, but he seems like a multiple name type of guy, or I'm just gonna go create another name type of guy. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh boy, this might suck. I wouldn't say sucker me in because that would be an interesting long right here. All right, I'm gonna try to get long here. See if it does want to bounce. So if that green line turns blue, I'm in. There it goes. All right, never mind. Now if I'd be buying, it'd basically be after, this. Not this is a huge green candle, but enough where I wouldn't feel comfortable buying there anymore. So I'll pass on it. Excuse me. Excuse me, brother. Still have the long down here, though. Yeah, I have zero interest now in buying here after this. Okay, getting closer. Patience hopefully will pay here. Please don't bounce off this. And then I'll look. Well, I'm sure some of you are already long, so I won't cheer against you to have to go underwater further. Oil going up again. I mean, kind of. But like when you look at the candles, it's like, okay, oil went up like 20 cents. But yeah, it is. Technically speaking, you're right. It is going up. It is going up. But is that like significantly up? I don't think so. I am seeing a correlation today. I'm not seeing any Well, the correlation we saw earlier was like they were moving together. Like, because I remember that vividly because I had a trade. I don't remember which one it was, but I was like, it turned out to be a losing trade, and it didn't make any sense. Oil and the market were literally going in the same direction. I'm like, okay, well, I would have thought this action in oil would be helping my position, but it did not. No, are you serious, Frank? You just took a trade for more than 10 points. Is that true or is that fake news? I might need to see some sort of screenshot to believe that you actually took a trade for more than 10 points. I do not do a lot of copy trading, no. No, Frank, you did not answer my question. Let the good time... No, I'm asking you, Frank, are you being serious? You truly got a trade for more than 10 points. That would be the most shocking thing I've heard in many, many years. I've taken two. It's very hard to believe. I mean, assuming you're not just like trolling or rage baiting or something, congrats. I've taken two break evens trying to catch a bigger move. All right. Here we go. Hey, look at this. That's a trade plan right there. 710. Okay, so he wants to see it bounce up a little bit. Stop loss. Holy smokes. Okay, so you're a sway trader then. All right, but I still appreciate it. So you are now in. You got a long way to go before your target price. Wait a second. We got to type. Wait, huh? You got to type one there somewhere. You went from 20s to talking about the 40s and 50s. You either got a typo or you got a paint can in your hand and you're going, one of those two. Either typo or... Yeah, exactly. I mean... Uh-oh. And now it's just silence from him. Uh-oh. Maybe he inhaled too intensely. I'm feeling very good that tonight I'm going to be having morel mushrooms on the Blackstone. I can feel it in my bones. I'm going to find some tonight. I cannot wait. I know nobody asked me what I'm doing afterwards. I know nobody asked me what I'm doing for dinner, but I just want to share with you. I think dinner is going to include some morel mushrooms. I can feel it in my loins. I'm going to find some. Okay, I'm trying to get long at the green line. Cook them with flour. Usually we just use butter. We don't put any coating on them. Never had morel mushrooms? You were missing out. I had never had any until last year. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that'd be good in a soup. Oh, you just haven't found any? Yeah, last year we were up in like the 40, 50 pounds that we found in like a little sweet spot of the property. Come on, come down here and film me. You didn't know, yeah, no. Baboons don't, but dented baboons do. And given I am a dented baboon, there you go. Olive oil, pepper, butter, and thyme. What's alt pepper? Oh, salt and pepper, you mean? Neil. Neil, you need Neuralink just for your typing. I hope Elon is working on something for you. Doggone it. I'm about to chase this because I'm irritated. There does seem to be some genuine momentum here too. But I won't totally chase. Come back down to me. Yeah. At first, I really thought it was like a certain type of pepper. I'm like, oh, like alternative pepper, or and then I was like, oh, wait a second. He meant salt. Check oil. Yeah. Yeah, I was interested in oil at 87, so still a ways from there. Sure. Oh, I do, yes. Garlic is, yes, Christopher. We do add some garlic too. You're not even going to come down right here, huh? Doesn't look like you ever use market orders. Yeah, sometimes I do. When I click that gray button, which I think I've done a couple times today, those are market orders, brother. Oil at 50. Ooh, oil is coming down. I'll try oil down here at the pink line if it wants to come down there. Okay, so looking to try to get long on oil. If I took longs every time I shorted NQ last days, I would have passed my... Yeah. I know how that feels. Especially late on the Friday's live stream. Like the back... I don't know about the back half, but definitely like the last quarter of that stream. Yeah. If I would have just done the opposite of what I chose to do, I would have been a happy man. Whoa, okay. What was that? Man, we have had so many of those today. I mean, this is now. I would certainly. I think. Well, let me make sure. Yeah. Rising wedge. I'd call this a rising wedge. I wonder if that trend line matches up with anything. Like if I bring it back down, will it correspond with anything? Let's see. No, not necessarily, no. Kind of close right there. They went to desperate people. It's like I'll buy and it goes low, then I go low and it goes up. Yeah, we've all been there. Well, odds are most of us have been there. All right, there you go. All right, we got the correction in the trade plan. There we go. That one makes a little bit more sense. Okay, I'm wondering if these people, like this recent guy, are these real people or bots? Because I'm noticing kind of some names that do not make me think English names, and they're literally just giving emojis. So is this person a bot? Let's see. Maybe. I don't know. I don't even know how to say their name. Delgada? Hey, Delgada, type ABC. The letters ABC, Delgada, because right now I'm thinking you might be a bot. Along with Diago Bernandez and John. Well, I don't even know what that letter is. Oh yeah, I think we got some bots here. Dude, yeah, soundboard would be pretty cool. Whoa! Music. Who needs a rate? Okay, okay. Oil is now up. Things are. Yeah.
Are you going?
Am I going where?
To Mushroom.
Yeah. Are we still gonna? You guys still want to go to the ballpark first, though?
Well, I really want to go to mushroom hunting, but not really to the field, because then that'd just be so busy. Like, went to the field and then came back, then go.
You guys still have to do some school stuff, though.
Well, we've been at the property a while.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm asking you. You still have to do some school stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe we'll just do mushroom hunting instead.
Okay, because I really want to go.
Okay. You can get out your tick clothes then.
Okay.
I'm gonna spray them again.
Oh, but I thought they didn't get any.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna do it just for peace of mind, just so we can be sure.
Okay, because Mom even saw a tick on the boards.
Yeah, she sent me a picture of it.
Oh.
Did you guys check each other for him?
Yeah.
Before you got in the car, did Mom check you?
Yeah.
Okay. No ticks were found?
Yeah, no 6.
Okay. Yeah. You're gonna go mushroom hunting? Okay. But you're not gonna go to the ball field? Okay. Okay, well get out your tick clothes, please. Entry was luck and exit was skill. Yeah, the stuff for tick clothes that is crazy is Promethean. I think Promethean. Yeah, it is not organic. We are a very like organic type of family, but this stuff here, it works. We tried the natural tick stuff. No, sorry. But that stuff, oh boy. It is wild how good that stuff works. Do we get cancer in 50 years from now? Maybe. But I don't know. That's a trade-off I'm willing to take. Cancer in 50 years from now versus not having Lyme disease. Again, Thomas Sowell. There are no solutions. There are only trade-offs. Pick your poison. So yes, that's what we call them, tick clothes. They're all bright, so you can see the ticks better. And then, yeah, they're the clothes that are sprayed down on that stuff. Yeah, there's quite a few ticks, which are still new. I do not remember ticks as a kid. Like there weren't. I'll just say it this way: growing up in Northwest Ohio, there were no ticks. I didn't even know ticks. Like ticks were like. It was kind of like Lord of the Rings. Like I was, as far as ticks were concerned, I was in the Shire. And then you'd hear about ticks, but it seemed to be some like far off land. Like, okay, some people have to deal with ticks, but yeah. July, yeah. And my nephew, so it kind of hits even closer to home for us. I think some people around here think we're a little crazy because we're like, what, just pick them off. And that's probably fair, but like neither my wife or I grew up with them. And then our nephew, last year or a year and a half, something, He got one in his belly button, and like he went through all sorts of. Like, I'm glad they caught it early enough, but like, man, it was brutal for him for like a month and a half. So it's like, yeah, we're just gonna err on the side of caution. Yeah, you'll have commissions on your trades like anybody else, and then the prop firm in the pro account with Take Profit Trader, you keep 80% of what you make. Oh, so you didn't know it was a tick? Yeah, that's the thing too. And the ticks are like some of them are so small, like poppy seeds. It's crazy. I'm not big into conspiracies, but man, I don't know. It was almost like a science experiment gone wrong. I'm not saying I'm on team that conspiracy, but I'm open to it. I'll put it that way. Well, I don't know if you can say that about like then therefore then it's not like a conspiracy then, like 100%. But I guess to be fair, I haven't looked into it, so maybe it is like a well-known fact. I don't know. That's what I think the conspiracy goes something like that. It was a government thing that something went astray with it. So man-made. Yeah. Anyways, but that Promethean stuff. So when we first moved out to Iowa, we were like we're at the house build site, and we were standing on the gravel driveway we put in gravel. So we're not in the tall grass. Blah blah blah. And like we'd like wait, there's a tick on. What? We're not even in the grass. So that's just my long way of setting up a context that there is a lot of ticks in this field. So I'm like, okay, well, this is a perfect testing ground for this Promethean stuff. Whatever, however you pronounce it. So I was like, okay, well, so we went back to our Airbnb. I got out my pants. I sprayed it down with this stuff. I went back over and I was walking through the grass. Nothing. And then later on, I was like, all right, kids, let's get, because I'm a geek, I'm like, all right, let's get a bigger sample size. So we all went over there. And Faye, my daughter, she had one on her pants, but I'm like, all right, let's just watch it for a little bit. And that tick was crawling, and then it slowed down. Eventually, it just dropped right off. I'm like, ah. So again, it is a straight up, it is not organic solution. Is the Earth flat? Yeah, I'm not on that one. Can't say I'm even open to that one. But to be fair, maybe it's very compelling evidence that the Earth is flat. But I have not looked into it, so. It was a Bill Gates thing. He even said he was going to do it. Okay, again, all I will say is I have a very unique point of view about conspiracy theories. And this will mean more to those of you that if you have been around for many years and used to hang out on StockTwits. But there were people that quite literally thought I ran a hedge fund and our goal, all we did was we shorted penny stocks and we shorted this, that, like, and there were many variations of it. But there were people out there that was a conspiracy, that I was a market maker or that I worked for market makers or that, my hedge fund had market makers. And I'm not kidding any of this up. And our sole goal was to short penny stocks. And the signal for me to initiate all these things was via video charts that I used to do. Like crazy conspiracy. But like if there was ever anybody that would know whether a conspiracy or not was true, it would be the person that the conspiracy revolved around. And in this bizarrely unique situation, the conspiracy revolved around me. And like I can say full well, I definitely do not run a penny stock hedge fund. I'm not a market maker. I don't know. Well, as far as I'm aware, I do not know any market makers. So it's like one of those things where, yeah, conspiracy theories, people. And there are people out there that saw, like I got I got some very threatening messages over the years. Like, I'm going to blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, okay, FYI, I'm a big believer in the Second Amendment. So, I mean, you can try, but like, anyways, there are some people out there that they would die on the hill of that conspiracy. And I'm like, okay, as much as they were convinced that that conspiracy was for sure true, as a person that is like, well, it's about me and I can say 100% for sure it's not true because I would know. So it's one of those things where, I don't know. Conspiracy theories, I'm not saying that therefore they're all not true. I'm just saying some people are way more confident in a conspiracy theory than what actually is justified, I would say. But anyways, I don't know, were any of you here for those days? There was anybody around StockTwits? Who knows? Maybe it was some of you here were like, yeah, Clay, honestly, I used to actually think that about you way back in the day. But I have since learned a lot more and realized how kind of silly that actually was. Oh, yeah, Brian, you've been around a long time. Yeah, you would remember from the StockTwits days. Again, there are... I guess... So, like, there were enough where, like, so this, I just piggybacked off of whenever, what was it, Jimmy Kimmel? Somebody, when mean tweets were, like, a popular thing. Like, I did 3 of them. Just because people would, like, would literally say super, like, crazy stuff. But it was all derived from, like, the conspiracy theory. Let's see if I can find some. Hello? Seems like it shouldn't take that long to load. Okay. So, like, yeah, he's a pathetic waste of life who thinks he's, like, just fight me. Unequivocally, you're the worst doctor I've ever seen. And then why people want to know you and me in the minute. Okay, let's see. Clay was here yesterday. Bottom line, they are like a pimple. Clay, does it bother you? Again, all these people are saying this stuff because they think that Clay trader, more like gay trader. Oh, this was a good one. Because he's a loser who apparently wasn't hugged enough as a kid. Oh, man. Guys, okay, here we go. Guys, we can't afford to fight amongst each other. We know who the real enemy is. And then they was pointing to me. So, like, I was the enemy because apparently I had this hedge fund, blah, blah, blah. The only thing short is between Clay Trader 25's legs. When you got bulls nuts like these, you ain't scared of a group of nerds. Again, so same general idea, like a group of nerds. My group that I was apparently the head of, we shorted penny stocks into the ground. So again, this Nathan, I really want to meet this guy. Wow, 8 minutes to waste my time and only say 10 blah, blah, blah. Before you make another video, consider the other option. Kill yourself. It's just like, okay, like, all right. So that's where, like, some of you hear that, I mean, when the trolls come around and they're like, oh man, this dude's triggered this. It's like, I've heard way more than you're a parasite, total scum, right? I'm a parasite because I'm apparently, like, again, leeching off of I don't know, Lyndon Edge. How many should I have watching, you dent? Goodness. All right, who is this guy? I love how you say as if like 300 is not that actually big of a deal. Again, I don't know how the YouTube algorithm works anymore. I am confused. Views have gone down. I don't know if it's because I'm not in the shorts as much. All right, let's. Come on. Come on, brother. Shave those sideburns. You look like a drive a Trans Am and pray on ice. Oh, man. You think I'm going to listen to him? He cuts yards on the weekend, people. That's Bush League. Why are you ripping on somebody with multiple streams of income? See, that's the stuff that's like, what a loser in life. Like a true loser. Like, dude is... He's saying that as if somebody with a side hustle that is like mowing lawns on the weekend would be wrong with that. Like, that's Bush League. Calling your viewers names probably doesn't help. Oh, boy. We got one of these guys. Lyndon Edge. He's the results of when you don't blow it, when your parents don't put you in sports. What names have I called people? Anyways. So that is where all the conspiracy stuff kind of comes from. It's like, I look at all that with a much more different perspective. Once more, to reiterate, that's not to say that, therefore, every conspiracy is not true just because the conspiracy about me is not true. I'm just saying, yeah, it's always not quite as black and white. Called me a dent. I call everybody a dent, you moron. I am King Dent. I am the King Baboon Dent. I live on the top of Moron Mountain. Goodness, people like, oh, you called me a name. I am the king of that name. It's a term of endearment, you dent. Give me a 5 if you are also a dent. I'm a dented baboon. Here's also a little behind the scenes. Like, ultimately I'm not trying to please everybody, right? But if you don't have a sense of humor, like if you have a sense of humor where like you're getting offended because I called you a dent, then like, yeah, I'm not quite sure we're made for one another. Like okay, we got some spicy action here again. It's all good. I was giving a compliment. No, I don't think so. I think you're trying to imply that I'm doing something scammy because, wow, you have all these viewers, but only 300 some viewers. The channel started in 2013. It's a trading channel. Believe it or not, I'm guessing, I can't prove this, but many people along the years have showed up, got involved in trading, come across my channel, subscribed, gotten like knocked out of the market, and now they're still subscribed, but they don't watch any of my videos because, I mean, they're not in the markets anymore. I think that's a plausible solution to how numbers. But also, I don't know if I don't keep up with the algorithm. Maybe I am doing something very wrong. Okay, well, if you really weren't, then I apologize because I misread the motivation. So if I did, then I do. I apologize. So if you were paying a compliment and it was a genuine compliment, then thank you. I genuinely appreciate that. Believe it or not, I am perfect in many areas of my life, especially in that area right there, boy. But sometimes I do misread situations. So it sounds like I did here, and if so, I apologize. Cheers then. Sounds good, brother. Good to have you. But yes, if I call you, I mean, I will call you many names here. But it's just in all good fun. But until somebody can tell me how they have a better... I am a dent. See? Okay, you'll fit around real nice. You are self-aware. Very good. Very, very good. All right, this action is just getting very, very annoying at this point for me. I mean, I don't even know what's going on with my life anymore. But hey, if you want to help support the stream, Code Clay, all caps, any of these prop firms. This is completely viewer supported. Hopefully someday we'll get some sponsorships, so I don't even have to talk about Code Clay. I mean, I'll always have it. But as of right now, from a strict business sense, I cannot be any more blunt and transparent than if you want the stream to continue, then got to use Code Clay, all caps. And it's a good win. So if you want to help support the stream, ensure that it continues. Code Clay not only helps make sure that something you like continues, but it's also saving you money anyways, because Code Clay with any of these prop firms will unlock and give you whatever the current promotion is. So I appreciate your consideration, and for those of you that have used it, I really do thank you. It does make a difference, and you are actively playing a role in ensuring that the stream itself does continue. So I'm going to go ahead and call it good. On your way out, if you don't mind hitting that like button, that would be very helpful. Maybe we can make a surge up to 300 likes here. But on your way out, like I said, hit that like button. If you have not yet subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern at the very latest. Usually I show up a little early, so if you do want to know when I go live immediately, then that's where the notification bell comes into play. But like I said, the latest I will be here is 11 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. So thank you, everybody, for being here. See everybody back tomorrow. Take care. Have a good one. Hit that like button and Code Clay, all caps. I appreciate it. See you.